Mic check, mic check. Okay, now the audio is responding properly. Okay. And should be good to go from here. Something from T-Com and Shark. I'll have to look at that later. It has nothing to do with the Nintendo Direct, by the way. Just my own personal interest, Monster Hunter and all. Okay, that should be all out of the way. Let's see if I can bring it over to the main view now. Perfect. Nothing's exploded yet. Still not over what happened to me like 2 or 3 Monster Hunter streams ago. So, I'll be honest, I don't get why people like this kind of React content. It'd probably have to be from someone more reactive than my ass, but, you know what? Give the people what they want, and I want to watch this anyway, so I might pause off and on to take some notes. Actually, should I bring up the notes so you can see it? Is that visible? You know, I don't want to rearrange things right now. I'll make the notes visible if we have things to discuss afterwards. So, I reserve the right to pause and break whenever I damn well please. Because I need to get information here too. I know a couple of things going in that are specific to today's information deluge. I know that they have put out a page that specifically says which games are or are not compatible with the Switch 2 versus the Switch 1. The list is going to be expanded later in the month, but we do have information on some titles thus far. I don't know which ones. I didn't check the page. I just have it bookmarked. What else do I have going in? New red game cartridges. You have to pre-register your interest in order to even be applicable to pre-order. I'm not sure if that's for just the Nintendo storefront or if that's all the goddamn retailers. And something about this is getting more information tomorrow in a treehouse. Is that all I got? Any information I have other than that, I think, is prior to today's Direct, so let's tap in and see what we're working with. That minimized to the, not minimized, resized to the wrong side of my window. There we are. Oh, that's right, I need to stabilize that volume. 10%, that way it shouldn't completely override me. As if I'm not going to be copy-stricken by Nintendo anyway. I can keep yapping forever. Let's get this underway. Very fanciful polygons. I'm guessing that's not exactly representative in graphics, though. From what we've heard before, it sounds like the Switch 2 is going to be approximately base PS4 hardware, maybe a few extra bells and whistles. So, I'll take whatever shine-up you can give me. Mario Kart? I got a rude awakening going back to Double Dash the other day, hanging with a friend. I have not played Mario Double Dash years. Probably since the Bush administration. So I got my ass handed to me on repeat. I'm not the biggest Mario Kart guy, but this is looking big. It'll give them a reason to stop re-releasing Mario Kart 8. Oh, hush you. What resolution is this streaming in? 1080-60. Okay. As I've said before, it's very flashy. It's Mario Kart looks better than the last one, and more racers. I don't have an exact count, but it looked like it was at least 16 versus the previous games where I think it capped out at 8. Unless you were daisy chaining GameCubes or something. Or was it the GameCube or the DS that let you really spam that out? Previously, they had a way of game sharing where only one person had to own it, but everybody else that was participating, they were a shy guy. This, much more photogenic. And Peach is not being shy about it at all. Peach riding her bullet in public. You hate to see it. Mario Kart World. Are they dropping the number, or are they spinning this off in some way? To be fair, not a lot of games can pull Final Fantasy series. Well, I don't need closed captions.
I'm the producer for Nintendo Switch 2.
No Miyamoto in here? They brought Miyamoto out for Nintendo today at the end of the last one.
And I'm Tetsuya Sasaki, the hardware design lead for Nintendo Switch 2.
What you just saw was Mario Kart World, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2.
I figure they'd have at least one member of the old guard out here during this part of the presentation.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series.
Here's how much I know about Mario Kart. Gliders are still new to me.
Welcome to this vast
I've dabbled a little bit here and there, but the last one I took even remotely seriously was probably back on the N64.
Depending on the time of day
And that might have been the first Mario Kart for all I damn well know. I doubt it, but still. Day-night cycle, weather cycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me see if I can count. This is a test I regularly fail. 1, 2. Can you see my cursor on this window? Doesn't look like you can see it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, maybe 20. Those like DK in the top right. So 20 would seem like an odd number. It's still a multiple of 4. Oh, there's more coming from off screen, so I guess the next multiple of 4 would be 24.
and drive virtually everywhere in this world.
Open world racing? I'm not the biggest vehicle game guy or racing guy, but I figure that's already been tried unsuccessfully. I'd have to talk to more car people, however.
With 24 drivers in each race,
24, there you go.
the competition is gearing up.
I like the shell on that Bowser.
Introducing Knockout Tour. Race non-stop from one corner of the world to another.
So it's just sequential races? Is it not open world or
There are multiple
open
checkpoints
zone?
along the way. If you're below the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll be eliminated. Can you make it all the way to the finish line? You can also freely drive around this vast world in free roam.
Okay, there is free roam. Straight up.
By going off-road, you can explore new areas and routes. So drive wherever your heart takes you.
Day one, people clipping out of the maps.
You can also go for scenic drives with friends.
Scenic drives with friends. Gas ain't that cheap.
A brand new race across the entire
Did the resolution
world
just
starts-
drop, or... No, it was looking a bit jaggy.
Mario Kart
That could also be the
World.
quality of Nintendo's stream,
The
but...
game launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, but we don't have a date for when the Switch 2
More details
drops
about
yet.
this title will be shared in an upcoming
Another
Mario Kart
Direct?
World
We just had one last
Be
week.
on the lookout for
I don't even
more
understand why we
information
had that
in the
one.
future.
I didn't bother doing a react to that one because I didn't think it was a big enough deal.
Mario Kart World launches
I do have
on the
notes
same
for
day
it, though.
as
I
Nintendo
sent those to a
Switch 2.
friend.
We'll share more details in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it.
The best part of the last Direct was they confirmed Rhythm Heaven is back. That's it. I saved you an hour.
These are the Joy-Con 2 controllers for Switch 2. And
on the right Joy-Con.
If they stick with that mostly black aesthetic, then... Oh, hang on.
Let's take a look at some new
I'm guessing
experiences
C
at
for
Optimism.
cursor for the mouse mode? But I don't know if that translates well across other languages. Doesn't look like a mouse.
I'm still ahead of all of you guys. That was you. So quick.
Are we finally getting Discord on Switch? I don't think they would put an app on one button, though.
Introducing Game Chat, a new feature for Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, they just had to make their own instead of using what already exists conveniently. Needs more Nintendo regulations.
With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game. Should we follow you? Yeah. While using the Game Chat feature, your voice is recognized by a
The mic is
microphone
built
into
into the system? How far away? How sensitive is that mic? Wait a minute, wait.
Voice clearly.
Does that shit have a wake word? My mother loves her wiretaps, but I refuse to say the damn thing's name. The Echo, you know what I'm talking about. The Amazon-affiliated device. I don't... How many things am I okay with listening to me? I mean, obviously, I poke my ears in as well, but at the same point, I don't know if I want a console with a hot mic. I don't even know if it's going to be a hot mic. It's just, it's listening to me for chat, apparently. Let's go with the information we have. I'll leave the wild speculation for later.
Even from a distance.
Jump on here. Alright, let's keep going. Let's make a left right here. Let's make a...
When it's noisy around you, your voice will still come through clearly, letting you chat with ease.
Well, hopefully that's good noise isolation.
It does look beautiful. It's okay.
And
I'd hate to
you
have to
can
break
use
out
this
my
feature in
foam absorption
handheld mode
panels.
too, letting you easily chat with friends and family. If you open the chat menu and turn on game screen sharing,
Good job, good job.
Screen sharing and video
you can
camera?
also share your game screen.
Did you see someone just like go
Does this thing
up
have a
on the-
webcam built into it?
They can do that?
Can do it?
You guys, I just did it.
Oh, I want to do it too.
Oh, shoot. Oh, ooh. Oh, he's trying to eat me. He's trying to eat me.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
I mean, if you go through the dinosaur, it does technically have an entrance and an exit.
Okay. You can chat to your heart's content, even while playing different games.
Yeah, I know that one. It's so hard, right? It's tough.
Was the assumption that the chat would be all in-game and just derivative of it with this camera feed, or...
Kirby, look, you're a star.
I still need to play that Kirby game. It looked good.
You can adjust the size of your game screen.
Resolution scaling. Wonderful. Thank you, Nintendo. I think Skype had this figured out back in, what, 2005, 2008?
Or expand another friend's game screen.
You gotta get above that wall that's to your left.
So you can prioritize a select person. Can you make it so, like, if you got 3 or 4 people in there, it prioritizes whoever's speaking, or if you got one...
Watch them play.
Oh, I think I know where you are. I think I know where you are. Wait.
Okay, I think we have to try.
It just seems like it's a manual override. It doesn't, like, have a priority for the main screen, aside from whoever is currently using the system.
Oh, yo, that's sick.
I like your pose mix.
You can still
On
take
the right
screenshots
Joy-Con
natively,
2
okay?
controller, there's an additional button. With the C button, you can pull up a chat menu.
I feel like I'm just gonna mash that repeatedly by accident.
Guys, I got a call coming right now, so I'll be right back, yeah?
Here, you can quickly and easily mute yourself and more. And there's this.
Oh, of course. Why would they build in a webcam when
By
they can
connecting the
sell an
camera to the
accessory?
system. Hey!
Hey, what's up? Hello.
Thankfully, the mic is built in. I would not fuss with a webcam on this shit.
Good.
You can appear on screen and video chat while playing a game. Your face is on here.
Wait, Nick, how was your test yesterday?
It was good.
No.
Here's how it looks with just the camera feed.
I'm sure that'll save them some effort for the next treehouse. Well, post whenever this comes out.
Please look forward to games which use your camera feed like this.
Treehouse is starting tomorrow, and I think also on the 4th.
No, wait. Go left. Left. Okay.
Go a little more this way.
I don't think I've played a Mario Party since the Wii
Using
version.
Game Chat.
Was that Mario Party
Even when you're
9?
apart, you can play games and hang out as
My
if
sister
you were
had it.
together in the same room. Play together or compete in
But now I
online
have her
multiplayer
Wii.
games.
And I've jailbroken it.
Chat while playing your personal favorites. Decide your own rules for a retro game competition.
Her loss.
Or hold a sports competition between families. All together.
So you can have what seems like 3 feeds, one of which is pure gameplay and also the 2 separate live cameras.
What did you think?
Like live flesh
In
people
developing
cameras.
Game Chat, our goal was
I
for
don't
you
think
to
chat
enjoy
needed a
playing
dedicated
online
button, but I also didn't think we needed a dedicated share button on controllers. Back
almost as if
in,
you're all playing together in the
when
same
did the
place.
PS4 come out? 2013?
The camera you saw in the trailer is the Nintendo Switch 2 camera.
Oh yeah, we've got a USB-C on the top
Which
now.
will be available on the same day as Switch 2.
How much?
A
Probably
Nintendo
like the
Switch
same price as a
Online
controller.
membership will be required to use Game Chat. However, since we'd like as many people as possible to experience Game Chat, it will be available without a membership. for a
Okay,
limited
so they're
time.
giving us... I'm guessing it's coming out holiday 2025, so... at least 3
Game Chat
months free of
supports the
chatting.
Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app, and different
Can't
settings
all be
can
Discord
adjusted.
Nitro getting
For example,
ignored.
whether parental permission is always required when a child wants to use Game Chat.
Oh, this is one other thing I did see actually before I forget. They updated the parental controls videos for features coming in the next Switch. I didn't understand why those videos were back in my feed again. I love them because Bowser's just a great dad. I love watching him animated with Bowser Jr. But, yeah, I did see those as well. So I have one of those saved and at a specific timestamp, so we'll get to that when we get to that. I don't know if those are going to be in the Direct itself, but yeah, I did also see those parental control videos. Still not a lot to go off of.
We'd like to introduce another new experience you can share with family and friends. On Nintendo Switch, even if you just have one game,
Go.
you can pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend and play together. But on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game, with Game Share.
Does this have to do with that shit with virtual game cards they did last Direct? I'm still not crazy about that. Feels like they're trying to get rid of physical games. Like, why a virtual game card? There's no card involved.
You can share a game with up to 3 other systems at a time.
Well, there you go. It's not as good as the DS Mario Kart like I was thinking, but sharing is sharing.
And you can use it with friends via Game Chat, which we showed earlier. Game Share can only be used with compatible games. This feature is planned for several titles.
I don't know Clubhouse or Big Brain Academy who their publisher is. I'm guessing this is going to be like a majority Nintendo first-party things, however. But if they're on Nintendo systems, you think it would just be free game? What am I saying? Free Nintendo? Please.
Starting with a free update for Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics on Nintendo Switch. Game Share support is also planned for select games exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, so we hope you'll look forward to it.
Up next, we'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 system
I hope they
itself.
keep the sound effect for when you actually attach them.
Please take a look.
I know they said effect added. I saw the subtitle. Closed caption, whatever.
At 7.9 inches, Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch.
If you'll excuse me, I am just off screen reaching for my launch switch and also my Steam Deck. And you can hear, it's the hard case. I got a launch Steam Deck. That was, what, 2021, 22? And I believe the Switch just had its 7th anniversary, so this is from 2017, 2018. So it looks like there's only about a 1-inch difference with the screen comparatively. I could look up the exact specs for the diagonals. And I will.
At 7.9 inches.
7.9 inches. Now let's see. $7.4. So the Switch 2 is going to have a half-inch lead. Not sure if that's including the bezel or not. Not the OLED model, the launch version. OLED has 7. Okay. So the Steam Deck is more than just a halfway point between 6.2 and 7.9. Difference of 1.7 inches. 0.85. Actually, no, that actually tips out to a little under half, because the 0.85 would take it to 7.5. 7.5? 7.05. I swear I'm alert. Okay, so with those measurements, the screen size, I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference, but we're still talking like half an inch. Wait a minute. Brain, I just forgot already. 7 inch would be the medium. Steam Deck is 7.4. And the middle would be 7.05. Yeah. I've already forgotten how math works. This is going to be a brilliant stream. So yeah, the Steam Deck is more than a halfway point, and I have a launch Steam Deck with an LCD screen, so it could be better with OLEDs, it could be better with revisions, but we're talking a half-inch difference here. Don't trust your ex-girlfriend. It's not that big a difference. Let's keep going.
Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch. The system's thickness remains the same. With approximately double the pixels compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail on the 1080p screen.
Honey.
The Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail on the 1080p.
The 720 games on the Switch aren't the problem. The games that are upscaling from something that starts with the number 4, that's what has me concerned. The Switch 1 is basically a glorified smartphone. Meanwhile, we're talking about the Switch 2. We'll get into the specs later. I did bookmark something that looked like it was accurate, but I didn't go into it because, again, genuine reactions. The Switch 2 is allegedly a PS4 base model or above. Switch 1... I want to say they just sent it out to die, considering they've kept it for over 7 years, but then you see something like Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. It's like, yeah, you could get some power out of it, but, if you're in a horsepower race, you are, well, I don't want to say under-equipped, but for anybody that thinks you're still in the running, I say nay.
The screen supports up.
Props to them. 120 FPS. I don't know how consistent that's going to be. It's definitely going to come down to optimization. I cannot remember for the life of me the last time I got consistent 120 FPS on anything on the PS4. We don't even have a 60 FPS patch for Bloodborne on the PS5. Never mind, we're talking something analogous to PS4 hardware. So, 120 FPS, I will believe it when I see it. And I'll probably have to be relying on, I don't know, a Mario or Metroid. Because it's not going to be the Pokemon Company that gives us a full 120 FPS.
To 120 frames per second, allowing for smoother gameplay in supported titles.
So yeah, we're backtracking. It's not the OLED
is
stuff
more vivid
from...
and supports HDR, providing more contrast between light and dark areas of the images.
Magnets?
The all-new Joy-Con 2 controllers connect magnetically.
I did dabble a little bit with the leaks before the Switch 2 got fully announced and all, but
Detach your
I didn't
controller
dig.
easily by pressing
Just
the
whatever
release
came
button
my
on
way.
your back. SL,
Bigger
and
buttons,
SR
good,
buttons are
because
bigger
I could
for greater
probably...
comfort and control when
Not gonna make
playing
that
with the
joke.
Joy-Con 2 held horizontally.
The Switch 1 Joy-Cons were
The left
easy
and
to
right
insert in
sticks are
anything
now
other than an adult hand. Can I put it like that? Cursor stuff. Okay,
Each
mouse control.
Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse.
And that's
Play with
not
compatible
simultaneously
games.
depressing the L and R
Both the
buttons on the
left and
side.
right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls.
The interior side. Improved speakers, for
By
sure.
adjusting the audio balance between the ranges, sounds from the built-in speakers are clearer and more natural in handheld and tabletop modes. It has a built-in microphone, so you can voice chat with friends.
So we can get back the
anytime via
blowing
game
mini
chat.
games from...
It also uses
what was
noise-canceling
it?
technology to filter sounds, so your voice will come through clearly.
I already made the size of the Joy-Con joke, so maybe I should go with the blowing mini games. I should just say stuff like, maybe they'll let us record chatter for Chatot again. No.
Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound, as if it were coming from all around you.
Good, Nintendo's reached the early 2010s.
Place your Nintendo Switch 2 however you like with a large, sturdy stand.
And it's not just a glorified cover for the SD card slot now.
In addition to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well.
Am I allowed to be offended by this? Not because of Nintendo, but because of the other consoles. The same number of USB-C ports as a PlayStation 5. Why? Actually, no. One USB-C port. That's more analogous to the PlayStation 5. It has two USB-A ports, and one of them is on the rear. It's the only one with sufficient data transfer capacity to actually use external storage. So you can back up things like pictures on the front USB-A for a PS5. But as far as using the external drive, you want to play a PS4 game from it, you have to use the back drive. So you functionally only have one fully equipped USB-A and one USB-C for... Yeah, I'm not sure if there's going to be some kind of a gimmick here where one of them is only for charging functions and the other is intended for data transfer. I need info on this, the USB-Cs that are being used.
It's handy for connecting a USB-C camera.
What's the price on the camera? My gut tells me it's the price of a controller. They're not going to tell us. They're not going to put prices in the direct.
Nintendo Switch 2 comes
How
with
many...
256...
My brother in Christ, that is not even one Call of Duty anymore. What is that internal storage? You better be able to expand it with SD cards still, not some proprietary PS Vita style memory card. Still not over Sony for that one.
Gigabytes of internal storage.
A quarter of a
8 times that of
terabyte?
Nintendo Switch for storing your game downloads.
Congratulations,
data,
8 times
and
larger than a
more.
microscopic
Reading
slide.
and writing data is also faster.
Yeah, we'll look at the specs soon enough.
Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your TV and enable up to 4K resolution for compatible games.
Oh, thank fuck, Ethernet cable. We get that at launch. We don't have to wait for an OLED revision. Right, sorry, I was just finishing. You were saying?
HDR is also supported in TV mode.
4K 120 FPS. I can't wait to see all one of the games that can actually handle that on the system.
It's a built-in fan that keeps your system cool.
Oh,
This
it's not
helps
just a
keep
plastic
performance
shell with
stable.
glorified ports to plug in and out. Okay. So the dock price is going up.
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as compatible Nintendo Switch games. Physical and digital games are supported.
Now this is probably when I should pull up that list I mentioned bookmarking earlier. Let's see if I can find that link. You know, I'm going to download a picture as well so that we have something else to populate the screen while we go over the list. Here we are. We're going to desktop. Let me see if I have that graphic. There we go. Save it as a valid format. Okay. It is way too big. Let me resize that. Okay, we should be good now. I've got to put it behind me. Sorry, I'm being egotistical a little. Now, at a glance, this looks like it's going to be less than 1% of compatibility issues. So I'm actually going to chase that link here. Game is playable with issues in certain parts. That's only really a prominent category when we get to partner games. And there's nothing that's flat out incompatible with partner games. We have issues during startup, we have game is playable with issues in certain parts, game can be started, further tests in progress, so... I'm surprised that we only have a bit over 20% with no issues found during base compatibility testing. First party, yeah, obviously the big category is going to be there for first party. But that's 122 games, and partner, over 15,000. If you've seen the kind of slop the eShop is packed with, you know why that number is so catastrophically overblown. But we don't need 101 cute cartoony cats being found in yet another glorified throwaway title. No asset flips here. So let's see how far this list actually goes. Games that cannot be played on Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Toy Labo Con 04 VR Kit. The Nintendo Switch 2 console cannot be inserted into the Toy-Con VR goggles accessory, so the game cannot be played. There's only one game on the cannot be played section, so surprising, but they did also say the list is going to be updated, so I imagine this is going to get longer. Games with compatibility issues on the Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, hang on. These are PDFs. Okay. Let's see how we can open these. I don't need the extension. Thank you, Adobe Acrobat. The list is not exclusively English releases. Okay, let's start with the shorter list here. Nintendo Switch games that start up on Nintendo Switch 2 but include some in-game compatibility issues. Alan Wake Remastered, Alien Isolation, Arcade Archives Ordine, Arcade Archives Phalios, Arcade Archives Tetris the Absolute, the Grandmaster 2 Plus, Arcade Archives Tetris the Grandmaster, Asphalt Legends Unite, Dadish, Dex, Dust and Elysian Tale, Eldorand, Factorio, Fall Guys, Family Chess, Games Advent Calendar, 25 Days, 25 Surprises, Godlike Burger, Harvestella, Hitman 3, Cloud version. Is this really the first Cloud version on here? God damn. Hot Wheels Unleashed, Just Dance 2019, Klondike Solitaire, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, Matchpoint, Tennis Championships, Mega Man Legacy Collection. I don't have it on the Switch, but that one bugs me because I like Mega Man. And I also have some other games that we've already gone through, but we'll keep going down the list. MotoGP 21, My Brother Rabbit, Noir Chronicles, City of Crime, Overcooked, All You Can Eat, Pocoyo Party, Port Royale 4, Raiden 4 Cross Mikado Remix, Real Car Driving Simulator and Parking 2022 games, Sniper Hunter Scope, Saints Row 4 Re-elected. Really, Saints Row 4 is giving it the issue? I figured it would have been... Don't they have a remaster for the third on here? The other list seems like it's more severe, so maybe... we'll continue. Smile Basic 4, Steven Universe, Save the Light, Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Oh, that Street Fighter 6 teaser I've seen floating around is not going to be happy about that. I did go looking for information, but sometimes shit just finds you. I am in front of a computer all damn day. Stumble Guys. And Can I read any more of these? Amazing Aria and Sweet Serenade Love. All Japanese, all Japanese. All Japanese. I don't even recognize those symbols. I'm not sure if that's kanji or not. Pilot Sports from Z Software. And Neptunia X Senran Kagura Ninja War. Damn, I like Senran Kagura. But, is that the only Senran Kagura game on the Switch? No, there's also, Peach Ball. And probably more, but those are the ones coming to mind. So, all in all, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. There are 47 games that start up but have compatibility issues on Switch 2. That's the short list. Now we gotta move on to the Nintendo Switch games that start up with issues on Nintendo Switch 2. This one's gonna be longer, so maybe we count it first? No, we'll go over. How much of this can I actually read? Hang on. Is all of the non-English Romaji at the bottom? It seems like it. Thank fuck. Now to start the list. 112 Operator, A Boy and His Blob Retro Collection, Abyss Memory, Fallen Angel, and The Path of Magic, ACA Neo Geo Art of Fighting 2, ACA Neo Geo Samurai Showdown 2, ACA Neo Geo The King of Fighters 95, ACA Neo Geo The King of Fighters 96, Airhead, Alchemy Garden, Another Crab's Treasure. I keep meaning to play that. I was going to get it on Steam the last sale. I forgot. Where was I? Right. Another Crab's Treasure, Arcade Archives Burger Time, Arcade Archives Crime City, Arcade Archives Dig Dug, Arcade Archives Gradius, Arcade Archives New Rally X, Arcade Archives Packland, Arcade Archives Xevious. Why the fuck are Arcade Archives giving you startup issues? These are the least stressing for the hardware games I can conceive of, short of a goddamn screensaver. We continue. Astral Flux, Baron, Fur is Gonna Fly, Batman, The Enemy Within, Beyond the Ice Palace 2, Boot Hill Bounties, Boot Hill Heroes, Botany Manor, Bus Simulator 2023, City Driver, Cats Hidden in Italy. A title which is not in English Romaji, but it does have a parenthetical. Cats on Duty, Crazy Strike Bowling EX, Dadish 2, Darksiders Genesis. Actually, we have the collector's edition for that one, on Switch specifically, so that one's going to annoy me. Dead by Daylight, Death Coming, Doom Eternal. How the fuck did that even run on a Switch 1? It must look like Mortal Kombat 1. Jesus. Eggy Party, Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist, Everdream Valley, Everspace, Fables, Mosaic, Snow White, Felix the Cat, Fig, Final Fantasy, Fitness Boxing, Floor Kids, Fortnite, Framed Collection, Gal Guardians, Demon Purge, Gang Beasts, Gas Guzzlers Extreme, Grid Autosport, Guns, Gore, and of course the Italian game, of course. Next thing you know, Vampire Survivor is going to be on the bottom. It's anti-Italian discrimination, I tell ya. I got isekai'd into a shmup, Inferno 2, Island Flight Simulator, Jurassic Park Classic Games Collection, Kids vs. Parents, Kill la Kill IF, Korean Drone Flying Tour Jeju Island -1, Cosmocrats, Library of Ruina, Little Nightmares, Complete Collection, or Complete Edition, not Collection. Manticore, Galaxy on Fire, Mexican Train, Domino's Gold, Monster Loves You Too, Model Debut, Pound Nicola. It's a hashtag, but I hear model, and my first thought is pounding. But bruised egos aside, Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game. Were people doing unofficial Monster? Is that why it's behind locked glass when I go to Walmart now? Oh, let me choke harder. Musinks, NASCAR Rivals, NBA 2K18, NBA 2K25. Don't ask what happened to the other 6 numbers between them. Nelly Kudalot, The Foul Fleet, Neverwinter Nights, Enhanced Edition, Nobody Saves the World, Nova 111, Oddworld, Stranger's Wrath, OK Koi, Let's Play Heroes, OMG Police, Car Chase TV Simulator, Onigo Hunter, Polya, Perseverance Complete Edition, Pineview Drive, Pizza Tower. I told you, the Italian games, all of them. Before you say, well, was it necessarily made by Italians? It's a pizza tower. We have to claim our fucking heritage. Let me have this. Plants vs. Zombies, Battle for Neighborville, Raiden 3 Cross Mikado Maniacs, Rhapsody, Marl Kingdom Chronicles, Rims Racing, River City Girls 0, Rocket League, Roller Champions. Saviors of Sapphire Wings, Stranger of Sword City Revisited, Skulls of the Shogun, Bonafide Edition, Slayin' 2, Soul Dog TD, South of the Circle, South Park, The Fractured Butthole, Sporticians 24, Star Wars Episode 1, Racer, Star Wars Dark Forces Remaster, Strania, The Stella Machine EX, Summer Pockets, Super Mega Baseball 3, What? I'm blaming that one on the dyslexia I may or may not have. My tongue might be dyslexic too. Super Neptunia RPG, Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival, Taito Milestones, The Cube, the Jackbox Party Pack, the Jackbox Party Pack 2, the Journey Down Trilogy, the Talos Principle Deluxe Edition, Toho Go... This one might take me a while. I'm a fake weeb. Toho Go Yoku Ibon? I'm gonna go with that. Sunken Fossil World. Travis Strikes Again. No More Heroes. God damn it. I knew one... That one's more of a personal affront, but we'll keep moving. I wasn't exactly crazy about No More Heroes since it moved off the Wii. I even tried the PlayStation Move versions. It just hasn't been the same. But we'll keep going. Alright. Tricky Towers, Trip World DX. I can't read those kanji. Trove, Trover Saves the Universe, TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 3, Under Night in Birth EXE, late, close open bracket, CL-R, close bracket. Undernauts, Labyrinth of Yomi, V-Rally 4, Warface, Clutch, Warframe, still in beta by the way, not over it. Used to be one of my favorite games of all time, but they just don't fix what's already there. They keep adding new stuff instead. Bitter pill. Surprised Nintendo even lets the game on there, considering still technically in beta. But I digress. Most games are launching in a state that would be early access adjacent. Warp Shift. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. Wolffang 2001 Skullfang Saturn Tribute Boosted. World of Tanks Blitz, Extreme Sports, Victor Vran, Overkill Edition. I like this game. I don't think I ever finished it, but it's Motorhead flavored, so I have to like it. Sorry, I hopefully caught that cough in time. If you're here with me, hydrate. This is why I do gameplay and not yapping most of the time. Okay. Japanese kanji I can't read. Japanese kanji I can't read. Kanji I can't read. Senran Kagura Reflexions? I don't remember this one. Is this the DLC only one that was just like a glorified photo mode? It's not for me. Star Melody Yumemi Dreamer. Kanji I can't read. Kanji I can't read. Knights of Azure 2. Bride of the New Moon. Kanji I can't read. Assault... Wait, why is this here? Assault Suit Lanos 2 Saturn... Didn't this just come out? I feel like this just came out. Well, I guess they didn't get a dev kit. Shit. Process of Elimination, Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, and the last game, I can't read. You put out the document 99+% in English, Ramaji. Why are you still only using Japanese exclusive text for... Nintendo's gonna Nintendo. Let's count them up, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Guns, Gore, and Cannoli is 50 in case I have to restart. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. For the record, NBA 2K25 was number 69. Not so nice. I don't care about sports games in general. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Super Mega Baseball 3 is number 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So I'm putting that in the notes as well. 141 Nintendo Switch games with startup issues on the Nintendo Switch 2. This is not hidden information. If you are here with me live, I'm copy-pasting the link into chat presently, so you can check for yourself. And that's not the end of the list, by the way, because we still have the matter of games that require Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons to play, specifically the Switch 1 Joy-Cons. The following games can't be played with the Joy-Con 2 controllers that are included with your Nintendo Switch 2. If you have a Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controller if you have Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controllers, plural, and connect them wirelessly to your Switch 2, you can play these games as you would on Nintendo Switch. Please note, a Nintendo Switch console or an accessory such as a Joy-Con charging grip or Joy-Con charging stand two-way, each sold separately, is required to charge Nintendo Switch Joy-Con. Sorry, I had to mute myself. I couldn't breathe through all the mucus. It's not important, however. Let's go over the list. It looks short. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games, and 3 of them are Labo. And it gives explanations for why you need to use the original Joy-Cons instead of Joy-Con 2, which, as far as I can tell, it looks like it's all IR sensor stuff. Ring Fit Adventure, 1-2 Switch, Everybody 1-2 Switch, Game Builder Garage, Nintendo Switch Sports, WarioWare Move It. I hope that's good. I like a lot of WarioWare games. I still haven't tried Move It. Nintendo Labo Toy-Con, 1 Variety Kit, 2 Robot Kit, 3 Vehicle Kit. So it's a short list for games that you can still play, but have Joy-Con requirements. But I'm putting it on the notes regardless. Excuse me about that. So for those of you keeping count at home, that is 197 Switch 1 games that are going to have some degree of issue. Out of over 15,000. Now, call me crazy, but that seems like it's not a bad threshold for compatibility. I would say the overwhelming majority there. In fact, we'll do the numbers. Can I show my calculator? If not, I'll add a window. You go behind me, too. So let's assume just 15,000 even. We're talking about 1.3% of games. Is that right? Yeah, 197, 1% would be 150, so 1.3% of games, and that's not games that completely misfunction here. We're talking about games with compatibility issues. Nothing, as far as I can tell, in these lists is like full-on rejection of service, except for the Labo kit number 4. Yeah, compatibility issues. The only game that cannot be played on Nintendo Switch 2, full stop, is Nintendo Labo Toy-Con 04 VR Kit. Everything else has either documented issues in the 1.3% category, or if you round it up, 1.4%. But the 98.6% is looking pretty good to me. Yeah, I'm willing to settle on that, so I will get this image out of the way, and we can go back to reacting. 98.6%. I would be happy with that percentage.
As you just saw, Nintendo Switch 2 isn't simply an improved Nintendo Switch. We redesigned the system from the ground up and packed in lots
You're not reinventing the wheel here.
And to help players better understand the Switch 2 hardware, we're currently developing this game. Mr. Kawamoto!
Oh, do you have your own Astrobot here?
My current location
Or maybe it's more like
is
a
actually inside the game itself.
Aperture Desk Job.
This is Nintendo
It's looking like
Switch
Aperture
2
Desk Job.
exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
Now, my gut says this should be a freebie pack-in, but I also know it's Nintendo, so it's probably not. It's gonna be 1-2 Switch again.
There are a lot of question mark icons here. Let's examine them. This sign reads, "Where are the magnets?"
Excuse me for just a moment.
Yeah, bitch! Magnets! Oh!
There we go. You have your rules and mandatory inclusions, I have mine.
And those magnets are inside the system. The SL and SR
I'm sure they've done some fuckery with it to ensure safety, but I'd be worried about where the storage is put in the system, along with those magnets.
A magnetic circuit is formed between them, so they won't easily detach. Through examining signs like these, you can discover all sorts of secrets about Nintendo Switch 2. Another example, the Joy-Con 2 controllers have mouse controls. And when combined with the gyroscopes, you can even do something like this.
What, no more HD Rumble?
can
You
adjust
put
the
so
position
much
of the
into
ball
that for the
field in
Switch,
cup by
and
rotating the
virtually
Joy-Con
no one
2.
used it.
By combining the mouse controls and gyroscopes, things like this are possible. There are secrets to discover even as you're playing minigames and tech demos. Some of the secrets range from the unique features of the system to tiny details you might not notice until they're pointed out. There are plenty.
Okay, HD Rumble, I saw the pop-up. Hang on.
Notice until they're pointed out.
HD Rumble 2 parts. I wonder how expensive those are going to be to repair. Actually, no, the Rumble is not going to be the problem. It's going to be if they stick with the Joy-Con analog sticks from last time. I'm not seeing a big difference. We'll find out.
There are plenty. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will launch as a paid digital game.
Did I call it or did I call it? It's Switch 1-2 all over again, or 1-2 Switch. I don't remember, because I didn't waste money on it. That should have been a pack-in. But this is what Nintendo don't expect.
On the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. So please check it
Paid
out.
digital only. It better be like a $5 or something.
Now, I'd like to share some more information regarding Nintendo
$5
Switch.
like $5, not the Fifth Fleet from Monster Hunter.
This is the game card for
Yeah,
Nintendo
it's red
Switch
now.
2
Is it a
Hybrid.
different shape? Are you gonna have like a little notch in it,
It's the same
so I
shape
can't just
as
swap them
Nintendo
between
Switch game
systems?
cards, but it's now red, and it has much faster data reading speeds. Next up is additional storage. Switch 2 will only work with micro SD express cards.
Oh.
They're a different type of SD.
I don't know off the top of my head if I have any micro SD express cards specifically. So let me just Google something really quick. Actually, no, I'll go into my Amazon history. No, I have SanDisk Ultras, not micro SD Express. I can't look at my cards right now because all my micro SD cards are currently in use. I know micro SD is not the most stable memory format. I'm aware. It's what I have. What's the price difference on Express? Okay, it doesn't have to be Samsung. Just give me something to work with here. This is very mixed. I'm not getting a lot of purely express options. The top result I'm getting is a SanDisk 256 micro SD. It's got express right on it, and it's $60. Marked down, mind you, usually 65. $60 for a quarter terabyte. So, assuming the price diminishes with increasing volume, not proportionately, but just to a slight extent, that's probably going to mean it's like $200 more for a terabyte. Never mind if you want 2 terabytes. I think I have a terabyte in each of my Switches, but games are going to be bigger. I don't know about these express requirements on micro SD. It's already not the most stable memory format, I just said, so we'll have to see whether or not the Switch can handle it. The Switch 2 in particular. So continue.
And will make high-speed data transfers possible.
Actually, no, that needs to go in my notes. Hang on. Micro SD, memory expansion, express only. There we go. Okay, now we continue.
Please note that regular micro SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not be compatible.
Yeah, we deduced that. Thank you.
Additionally, to transfer data from Switch to Switch 2, you can log into your Nintendo account to use the System Transfer feature. With this feature,
This is going to be like the 3DS transfer if you went to a new 3DS or a 3DS XL, isn't it?
we're also releasing a new.
How new is it? What else does it got besides
It has a
chat
sequel,
button?
which launches Game Chat, and on the back there are new GL and GR buttons, which you can use to
Okay,
assign
so
existing
bonus
button
paddles.
controls. In addition,
And an audio jack.
has been added.
Better audio options than how many generations of iPhone? Hell, even the most recent generations of Android. I have a Galaxy Note. Mine doesn't have an audio jack. I was ready to die on that hill, but then I realized how often am I actually using my headphones from my phone versus I'm just using my headphones while at home and listening to a better system, like, you know, my PC. So, I forfeit on that hill, I'll admit it. But hey, we still have it on. Okay. Japanese gotta be retro in some ways, right? Right? Okay. I'll work with that.
We've introduced a few new features, and after today's presentation, the official Nintendo Switch 2 website will go live. There will also be an Ask the Developer article on the website, where the three of us will talk about the development of Nintendo Switch 2. We hope you'll check that out as well.
We can chase that link later if we want to.
And now, the Nintendo Switch 2 launch date.
Give it to me.
Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th.
June
We're
5th.
very much looking forward to the day when you all get to experience it, so please wait just a bit longer.
I'm surprised they do it that early. I mean, July, August, September. That's barely even in summer. That's like right before school lets out, depending on what age bracket your kids are in. Which I guess if they're not doing the holiday season, yeah, it makes sense for summer vacation. But that's very, what's the word I'm looking for here? Western-minded for a Japanese console. Interesting choice.
Now,
Not complaining.
broadly speaking, on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play 3 types of games. The first type is Nintendo Switch 2 games.
The third one's going to be virtual game cards. They did that in their last direct.
Switch 2. The second type is compatible games that were released on Nintendo Switch.
Which, as we previously established, is 98.6%
Nintendo Switch 2
of
edition
all Switch 1
are the
games.
third type. Some games that were released on Switch will receive upgraded versions.
Not
that
the
offer
virtual game cards,
improved
then?
visuals,
This is enhanced
unique ways
editions.
to play
Okay.
Switch 2, and more. Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Are we talking just better performance here? I don't know if Jamboree TV is like a DLC expansion or what.
Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting an upgrade.
I'm guessing it's
on
an
Nintendo
exclusive
Switch
expansion
2.
to the Switch 2 version. Okay.
The upgrade expands on the base game and adds new features, including mouse
You know what really needs mouse controls? Doom Eternal. I saw that one on the list. I'm just saying. FPS with mouse controls, it's gonna slightly help the console shooter market.
All of which can be accessed on Switch 2. Let's check out
Oh
three
yeah,
new
that's what I
and
really
updated
needed. Some
modes.
webcam self-inserts.
First up is Mario Party mode. With a single camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities. You'll be
Wide
able to
angle
see each
lens,
other's
okay.
faces as you play, so you can experience all the reactions and emotions in real time.
Reactions. Could
Or
you
friends can
imagine
take the
who would be
party
interested in that?
online. Up next, it's Bowser Live, a mode where the livelier team wins. Bowser will bring you on stage too. Hit blocks to collect the most coins. Guide an RC car with your
So,
voice.
augmented reality type stuff.
And compete in other minigames.
The damn
with
flower
full
from
body
Mario Wonder
movement
2. I'm not a
and
fan.
sound. Finally, take a ride on the mouse-controlled carnival coaster.
Nintendo has a
With
theme
the
park
safety bar
open now,
lowered and
right?
secured,
I don't know if it's in the States yet. I've seen footage of people going to it in Japan.
use mouse controls to shoot down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster.
Okay, so this is like Kingdom Hearts 3 putting in the rides as summons or limit breaks or whatever.
When you
Just
enter a pipe, a minigame will
Pointing people
begin.
towards theme parks. Gotcha.
There's a bouldering game where 2 players each control an arm, and one where you shake a can of spray paint and quickly tag objects. Enjoy the thrill of these intuitive minigames. How quickly can you reach the station? From minigames that use a camera, the built-in
If you're not
microphone,
WarioWare or Rhythm Heaven, you gotta be
mouse
careful what you
controls,
call an abundance of
and rumble,
minigames,
the
because
biggest
then you
party
spread
yet
yourself too
is
thin.
getting even bigger. Super Mario Party
Okay, it's
Jamboree,
a
Nintendo Switch 2
it's a
edition,
specific
plus
DLC
Jamboree
that's
TV,
exclusive to
launches on
the
Nintendo
later
Switch
release.
2, July
Been there, yep.
24th. Nintendo Switch 2 players who already own
Cyberpunk,
Super Mario
Elden
Party
Ring,
Jamboree
they release on the
can
prior
upgrade to
consoles, but
Nintendo
they
Switch
only do the
2
DLC on the later
plus
ones. Yep.
Jamboree TV by purchasing an upgrade pack.
What's the price on these upgrade packs? Excuse me. I'm assuming they're not all just like free updates. The upgrade pack has to have some kind of cost. How much we talking?
Please
Are you gonna
look
tell
forward to
us?
a new Mario Party experience, where you can see each other's reactions while playing.
Because if they're following PlayStation's model, another Japanese company, those can be up to $20 for the upgrade. I'm not looking forward to that.
Nintendo Switch 2 editions of
I
The Legend
think
of Zelda Breath
I
of
didn't
the
play
Wild
Tears of the
and
Kingdom,
Legend of
but
Zelda Tears of the Kingdom
I was hearing performance issues with that one,
feature
so
enhanced resolution and frame rates,
enhanced was
and also support HDR.
okay. That seems like it solves the biggest complaint I heard about Tears of the Kingdom.
So you can play with smoother, higher definition graphics.
My Zelda game of choice, however, is Hyrule Warriors, so
You can get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule using Zelda Notes. This new feature can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch app on
PlayStation
Sliver.
Plus hints. Got it. Okay.
It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of these titles. For example, it can help guide you to various locations, like shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
Guidance activating. Proceed north.
So does it actually interface with the game, or is this just an external resource?
Or you can share your creations using QR codes and send them to
No, it does
others
actually
to
interface with the
create
game
new
itself.
narrative.
Okay. Interesting.
We hope these features will make your adventures even
It's
more
something
enjoyable.
exclusive to the Switch 2 version, but it's not really a Switch 2 feature for my tastes. I want to try this Kirby game.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Maybe I'll try
Able
the
to enjoy
updated
an
version
additional
instead.
story, exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, along with improved graphics and frame rates.
I'm just going to put this in my notes. Upgrade edition games can have exclusive expansions, price indeterminate. So, I think that's fair.
This story takes place in the Forgotten Land after being struck by a powerful meteor that's causing some mysterious changes. We hope you're looking forward to Kirby's new adventure.
I'm not a big Kirby fan, but I like what I've played. I want to play more of it.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond
This
has
is my
both
shit,
a
though.
Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
After the Prime 1 remaster, I'm not even sure this needs the extra Switch 2 power.
In addition to
But I'm not going to say no, obviously.
you can use mouse controls for intuitive gameplay.
It's a
on
first-person
Switch
shooter,
2.
and now we can have a mouse for it, even as a Nintendo exclusive.
Plus, you can explore the immersive world in 4K at 60 frames per second, or enjoy
4K 60 or 1080 120. I gotta know if those are hard locks or if those are targets. I'm gonna cross some fingers here, but again, we're still talking about Nintendo with some unproven hardware, and even then, it's still not as strong as the other two competitors right now. So, we'll see.
the smoother action in full HD at
But yeah, even in
120
performance
frames per
mode is
second.
not looking too shabby.
Choose from these two modes, both of which support HDR, based on your preference and playstyle. Plus,
This still looks like a fucking GameCube game to me. Wii, if I'm being optimistic. Show me what you got.
Pokemon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year, will not only receive a Nintendo...
Why do the buildings look so flat? Like, I get they're all squared off, rectangular, but it looks like they're just boxes until you get to the roof. And even then, these still look flat to me. Something looks off about it, and it's definitely not getting fixed by the Switch 2 glow-up.
Switch version, but a Nintendo Switch 2 edition as well. By taking advantage of the power of Switch 2, you can enjoy your adventure in Lumio City with enhanced resolution and frame rates.
Can we actually climb that ladder in the background, or is that another teleportation to the top?
The Nintendo Switch 2 edition games you just saw will be available as both physical and digital versions.
Okay.
And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version of a game, you can play the
Price. That's what I need right now.
Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing an upgrade pack. We hope you're looking forward to these Nintendo Switch 2 edition games.
Next, I'd like to introduce a brand new game featuring mouse controls with the Joy-Con 2 controllers. Please take a look.
Mouse controllers. It's not just the right one? A DJ Hero reboot? Paralympics. You know what? I didn't expect that. I'm really impressed. But, I can't see other applications where you would need both of them as functioning mice simultaneously, so this might have to go in the same category as HD Rumble. It can be done, but how many are going to use it? So it's just wheelchair basketball. I'm not a sports guy. You're barking up the wrong tree trying to impress me with this. The most interesting thing about it is using two mice simultaneously. And that's more so just for the fact that it's two motion controllers, really, than it is two mice in particular. Unless they go more balls to the wall on aiming.
In Drag and Drive, you'll use both Joy-Con 2 controllers.
Did you pull up your sleeves to make your hands look even smaller while holding those?
We hope you're looking forward to a new twist on 3-on-3 matches using dual mouse controls. Next,
It's like getting a handy from somebody with Donald Trump-sized hands. You can find other ways to make it look bigger without turning yourself into a T-Rex. Elden Ring? Okay. Proof in the pudding here is going to be if there's a Shadow of the Erd Tree. Because base PS4, Xbox One could handle Elden Ring, but neither of them got the expansion. Doesn't look half bad. It's blurrier, but it's still Elden Ring. Tarnished Edition. I'm going to look this up right now. Night Rain is coming next month. It's not my kind of Soulsborne game, so not really interested in that. Tarnished Edition features the base game and Shadow of the Erd Tree as a single package, along with the armor, weapons, and torrent customization feature. Really? I'm guessing that those customization features are not coming to the other platforms. I don't recognize them from any place in particular. Interesting. Okay, well, Shadow of the Erd Tree is in this, so it's better than a base PS4. We'll have to look at the specs more closely in a moment. And by a moment, I mean we still have half the direct to go. Unless they talk specs in here, which, knowing Nintendo, I'm doubting.
Hey, I'm Greg Kasabin from Supergiant Games. Here to say that Hades 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Our first ever sequel introduces the
I still haven't tried Hades 2. I'm waiting till it gets out of early access. I was late to Hades 1 as well, since it was initially only on the Epic Store.
Dozens of characters from Greek myth in a story that reacts to your every setback and victory. It's the kind of game you can quickly pick up and play whether you're experienced with the original or not. Look for more about Hades 2 later this year.
Don't say Monster Hunter Wilds. Street Fighter, yeah, I've seen a bit of this. If my PC can barely handle Wilds, I know it's not coming to Switch anytime soon. 2 or otherwise. Years 1 through 2 edition? Jesus. Can't you just release a complete edition? Amiibos aren't dead yet. Good. I like amiibos, generally speaking.
Weapon safety mechanism confirmed. All operating at normal levels. Testing data link with spine.
Is this Damon?
Commencing launch. After 2 long wars where
My gut said Vanquish, but I kept listening. Hang on. Is this Damon X Machina? Is it an enhanced edition or?
New equipment and money. I'm for sale and you're buying.
Rebels! Thanks for the warm welcome!
This planet will be ours.
The sovereign axiom.
It doesn't all look familiar.
Completed a weapon that was created to destroy all humanity.
No! Because we're in the middle of a war. Don't you get it?
I won't just stop you. I'll tear you apart.
I can always use more mecha games. Damon X Machina. Titanic Scion. Sequel, spin-off. Coming in September. Assuming they're not using European dating formats. Split Fiction. I don't know how I feel about this one. I want to give it a shot at some point, but I need to find a co-op partner that I can actually get to the end with.
It's up to you and a friend to help them break free. Now, let me tell you this. If you like It Takes Two, you're gonna love this one, trust me. And of course, you'll be able to play Split Fiction on the
I did like It Takes Two, but I think I preferred
At EA Sports,
A Way Out.
we're bringing fans together across the world.
Sports games. I'm the wrong person to talk to here.
We're excited to announce that EA Sports FC will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Madden NFL will also be arriving on the Nintendo platform.
You're barking up the wrong tree here, bud.
It's in the game.
Hi, I'm Alan Tew from Avalanche Software. we are bringing Hogwarts Legacy.
Wizard game. Who's getting banned this time? Or canceled? This doesn't look as pretty as I remember. I didn't play it, by the way. I saw the coverage of it from people being ridiculous over Rowling's IP being utilized. It doesn't look bad, necessarily, but I remember it looking better.
Thanks to seamless world transitions, you'll be immersed in the Wizarding world like never before.
More jagged, more
And the new mouse controls on Switch 2 give you even
unappetizing,
more ways to
if I
experience the
may.
adventure. Discover the enhanced magic when Hogwarts Legacy launches on the same day as
I think it's a bigger difference compared to the old versions versus Elden Ring, which... I saw a pre-order thing for this with some kind of Doom DLC. I'm not the biggest skater guy. My sister might be more interested in this one, though. I'll poke her brain. I don't know who that is. SpongeBob and Doom in the same skater game. Not on my bingo card.
This is Christian Elverdam from IO Interactive. We are bringing
Hitman.
title, Hitman World of Assassination, to Nintendo.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a dedicated edition. I can't imagine this thing running the most recent Hitman games. I haven't even played most of 2 or 3, considering they're basically live service games. I don't like having limited time targets.
Our ever-expanding game will release on the same day as Switch 2. Plus,
Same day drop,
we
though.
are excited to bring another familiar agent to the platform.
Oh. They said IO, it's not gonna be a Tom Clancy. Why am I not connecting the dots here? GoldenEye? Is it a GoldenEye remaster, reimagining? It could just be James Bond in general, but...
James Bond, the world's favorite spy.
Okay. That could be fire. But unfortunately, we need to see more than sparks.
The story of light and shadow that never fades.
This was a 3DS game, wasn't it? It looks like, blanking on the name. Bravely something? Bravely Default? Brave and Default, yep. I was exactly 1 second too late, and even then it still wasn't special.
Enjoy your adventure with upgraded features and enhancements. And all new
I've heard good things about the job system in the game, but nobody I know personally has it, so I haven't gotten to try it.
Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Set foot in Luxembourg.
Is Flying Fairy the first game, or... It's a remaster, okay. If it was originally on the DS system, so I wonder how they're going to compensate for it only being one screen. It's looking a bit shaky. If I can rewind just a second here. Look at the shadows on the bottom left. Again, not bad inherently, but lesser compared to what else is out there.
We'll have more games to show from our publishing and development partners, but for now, we'd like to show a game being developed in collaboration.
It's not bad third-party support so far.
Please take a look.
Are we getting another Hyrule Warriors? Please don't just be a port of 2.
Descended from the heavens, joined hands with the Hylians who dwelled on the surface. Their union led to a great and prosperous kingdom. But in time, a terrible...
I don't recognize the relief. I think we're getting a new one. Then again, I'm a bad Zelda fan. I pretty much only like Hyrule Warriors. I don't know shit about the other Zelda games.
Perhaps you
truly have traveled back in time.
Echoes of time after Echoes of Wisdom. Okay.
That's Hyrule Castle? Then that must mean this really is the
I can't wait to have all this prequel information for a sequel I didn't play. Lion King 1.5 this bitch. I know it's schlock, but I like Warriors games. I haven't played one from the original Dynasty Warriors since 8? No, 7. I'm tempted to go to 8, but 9 threw me. And I still have to play the demo for Origins. Age of Imprisonment, okay. Another Hyrule Warriors, I can dig this. And it's coming this year too, this winter, so it could be as late as February.
That was Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
Yeah, I can dig that.
It's being developed by Koei Tecmo Games, with support from Nintendo. We hope you're looking forward to the untold story of the Imprisoning War, which took place in Hyrule long ago.
What are you ramping up for? I didn't open anything.
And now, some news about Nintendo Switch Online. You can continue to enjoy Nintendo Switch Online on Switch 2. And with Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack,
Is there going to be another tier of subscription specifically required for 2?
exclusively on Switch 2. Please take a look at this.
So Switch 2 benefits are exclusive, but you don't need the expansion pass in general for Switch 2 functionality. I wish I cared. I don't know if I trust you to do GameCube games. The last time you did one was Super Mario Sunshine, and you still had the emulator bounding boxes or debug boxes. And that was the Mario All-Star Collection for Switch? Yeah. I like the look of this one, but I'm not a Zelda guy. It's just an art style thing.
Link set sail on an adventure across the Great Sea. The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. Transcending history and the world. A tale of souls and swords eternally retold.
You gotta have the one Soul Calibur with a Link in it. I think it was the PlayStation version had Spawn. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Soul Calibur 2. Experience a world of white knuckle racing at speeds over 2,000 kilometers.
F-Zero exists as more than that free-to-play game that keeps spamming me with notifications to finish a race online. Good. I wouldn't mind a new, single-player possible game. But at least we have more than Smash Bros. Means for the captain.
In games that support multiplayer, up to 4 can play together locally or online. Enjoy these classic games with clearer image quality and higher resolution than the original.
They're putting improvements in here. I feel like I should be afraid of that because the previous Zelda game that I saw, they were putting improvements into. I believe it was one of the N64 titles. They just broke the water in it for your Dark Link fight. I don't know if I want them making improvements.
Or online.
But try again. Go on.
Enjoy these classic games with clearer image quality and higher resolution than the original releases. You can also check the controls for each title and customize them to your liking.
Now, hopefully that means you can actually customize on a per-title basis and it saves the settings accordingly, because there were some issues with the Switch 1 games. You had to remap the Switch itself, and it was not possible to save multiple mappings on a per-game basis. You just had to change your controls whenever you changed games. So this seems like an improvement on the surface.
More titles will be added in the future.
You cock tease. Gale of Darkness right in the fucking middle. Oh, that's a good one. I still have my original copy and a Wii plugged in, so I could just play the game if I want to at this very moment. But the idea that it could be on a portable device. If they add home compatibility so I can transfer the Pokemon out, I might actually have to upgrade my subscription, because right now I just have a basic online subscription for Switch. The expansion pass, though, whatever they call it. Okay, if they got Pokemon... Luigi's Mansion? Okay. Luigi's Mansion is good as well, don't get me wrong. But they got Gale of Darkness and Colosseum? All before we've gotten any mainline Pokemon games on the service. Just wink, wink, nudge, nudge. They could have gone Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. Guess these GameCube games are the closest we're getting. Okay, if we can't transfer Pokemon out of them, like, can we at least trade between those two games? Like, actually, no. We got Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 already, didn't we? And it's rental only. There's no simulation of our transfer pack. Well, that's frustrating, I'm not going to lie to you, but more information to come. We will see what they have. That's the closest I've been tempted to actually looking into the higher tier subscription, so it could be worse. It's not enough to get me in there right now, so it could be better, but it's not bad. They know how to get me.
Nintendo GameCube?
Was there anything after Colosseum, or was that the end of the scroll? That was the last one. Okay.
Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack launches the same day as the hardware's release.
Okay, so maybe I will stream my original copies.
Designed after the original GameCube controller will also be released. It can
Don't fuck with perfection.
And also has a C button.
Really? I guess they had to put the ZL somewhere.
To quickly access game chat. The Nintendo
No extra paddles on the back, but then again, where would they shove them?
For Nintendo Switch Online members,
Q scalpers.
will also be available the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Whether you're familiar with the games or haven't played them before, we hope you're looking forward to Nintendo GameCube.
I could do with a hit of Soul Calibur too. Not my favorite Soul Calibur, but not bad either.
Select games from the systems shown here on Nintendo Switch 2.
Hang on. Seeing Sega up there as a skinned trophy still hits me in the goods part. Me being bitter about what they're doing with Bayonetta? No, not even slightly. No. However, did you come to that conclusion? No. I need to relish in the fact that Sega's still up there. Yeah, I think they more than slightly deserved it. Okay, we can keep moving.
Games from the systems shown here on Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, let's see some more games from our publishing and development partners.
More third party? Kind of a weird way to split it up. I don't know what that is. Something Undertale? Deltarune. I saw a demo for that. Okay. More Deltarune if you care about that. I liked Undertale, but it's not like a top 10 for me or anything. And I still haven't tried Deltarune. King Nico, hey! I guess you're a lot more excited for Undertale's spin-off than I am. The parallel story. And we've only had chapters 1 and 2 so far? Yeah. Okay, I guess I should go to Deltarune at some point. I will give it a proper chance. It's available on launch, so June 5th. I'm still not impressed by you, Borderlands. No, you're just very gay, completely ungraded. Well, synonyms, though.
we're still in development, then it's already the most ambitious Borderlands game we've ever made. Borderlands 4 will launch in
I hope Borderlands 4 is good. 3 was not my cup of tea. And... oh, hang on. Is the chat in the wrong place?
Hi, I'm Dennis Shirk.
Hang on a second. Sorry, the chat's not appearing properly. Let me just throw that in the front, then. There we go. Hopefully that stays visible. Actually, don't cover the dogs. There we go. Everything's visible now. It's a gun? Gun. It's fun, yeah. I know, Borderlands 2 used to be one of my favorite games of all time. Any gays, hi, how are ya? Oh, you know. Unlike the Switch 2 getting more ventilation on its dock, flaming. How about yourself? Sorry, I guess just have to rewind a little bit.
Launch in 2025. We'll be sharing a lot of the game in the months ahead.
That was funny? Can't have been on purpose, then.
Hi, I'm Dennis Shirk from Firaxis
Civ?
We're releasing
Oh, well, yeah, of course. As soon as they put a mouse cursor in there natively, yeah.
In Civ 7, you'll establish an empire and guide your people throughout the ages of history.
So this is going to be like a minimum spec PC version, then.
Players can enjoy a more intuitive gameplay experience. Civ 7 launches
Keyboard would be nice, too, if you're playing Civ. I'm gay? I mean, I'm good. Well, I donned my gay apparel. I'm happy with it.
And we have even more news from 2K.
Hi, I'm Lionel.
If you say GTA 6, I call hacks.
Our final announcement for today is that WWE 2K is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
You have more jokes other than being gay, you promise? Alright, I'll hold you to it.
And on the court.
Sports games from 2K. I am the wrong audience.
Four kids by this old tattered man. Off they went armed with nothing but youthful enthusiasm and a profound lack of preparation. Boom! Terrible at steering a raft. Let's slay some trees.
4-player co-op survival game. The closest I get to this is Pow World, so probably not for me.
Tastes amazing, doesn't it? Really have started to
If Nintendo really wants to knock my socks off, say you're getting a Pow World port. I dare you. I double dare you.
nicely done. Well, I think that's everything.
They would never put Pow World on the same platform as their own Pokemon. Speaking of jokes, what do you call an argument between electric companies? Heavily charged. I'm sorry, was that answer too shocking? If it escalates, we can call it assault and battery.
Here's the first look at
Gungeon?
Dodge countless bullets and aim for the Gungeon's
A power struggle. Okay.
Now reloaded in a new 3D art style.
I don't like the 3D art style.
We're still working on the game.
I prefer the pixel art of the first one, and I guess Exit the Gungeon too, a little bit. I haven't played that much Exit the Gungeon yet. Bug Snacks? No. Auditory Limit, gee, thank you for the first time chat, no thank you, however. No, it's not Bug Snacks, so I have no idea. That one sentient vegetable threw me at the start. Starseeker Astroneer Expeditions, coming next year at some point. I didn't see anything to get interested in, but it is Devolver, so quality's probably going to be at least half decent. Cyberpunk, hang on! The Ultimate Edition of Cyberpunk 2077. They got Elden Ring with Shadow of the Erdtree, and now they're bringing Cyberpunk with Night City. Or not Night City. What am I thinking? What's the name of the Idris Elba expansion? I'm thumping my head as if I'm going to be able to just rattle the information out. They're going to say it eventually. I'm not going to remember in time. But seriously? Elden Ring and Cyberpunk with their expansions? Switch 2's got more beef to it than I thought.
Thanks to Nintendo Switch 2, you can transport yourself to the city of dreams at home or on the go. Get ready to meet
I played this on the base PS4 when it first dropped, by the way, so
Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition
I do have a point of comparison.
Switch 2 on launch day.
And yeah, that is the expansion stuff in there, so you do love anything Bug Snacks adjacent. Well, how about Final Fantasy VII? Remake Intergrade? Rebirth is part 2 of it, right? It's hard to count when there's not only 7, but 7 Remake and 7 Remake Part 2, with a Part 3 coming. So, the Square Enix school of counting exists for a reason. And I failed at basic counting. There's no going back once you mix Roman numerals and Arabic numerals. Kumitsugami? I've been wanting to play this. I haven't... When? I've heard this lie before. I think it was 2023. Microsoft had a conference saying all games within their showcase were going to be out within the next calendar year. And you can tell, we've gone past 2024, still no Silksong, so... I see you, I hear you, I don't believe you until Silksong is in my hands. But it's nice to know we haven't been forgotten. Math causes you distress? I like numbers, but math and I don't get along. Not enough processing power up north where it counts. Story of Seasons. Don't know what this is. Goodnight Universe, okay. 2 Point. I can't imagine playing that without mouse and keyboard. What? How is Wild Hearts not dead? They cut support on this game years ago. Like, they cut the cord early, too, considering they had updates planned. Well, fuck me running, I guess. I'm going to have to go back to Wild Hearts. Me and math are ops. Algebra hates to see me coming. I'm sure it loves to watch you leave, though. I don't want to ask your ex about why, however. Too many letters, not enough communication. Hello, sir? Look, just because math and you are in an abusive relationship doesn't mean some friction can be entertaining. Or doesn't. Wild Hearts S, however. Why S? Is it a stripped down version? Witchbrook? This is meh to me, but it was in the last direct as well. Puyo Puyo Tetris. Give me Pokemon Puzzle League 2, you cowards. Rune Factory, not my cup of tea. Marvel Cosmic Invasion. This one has my curiosity as an arcade fan. Another Ubisoft game I'm going to ignore, okay? I hate that I'm not excited by Star Wars now. I saw a trailer for Tales of the Underworld from Star Wars and just felt nothing. Nobunaga's Ambition. Fast Fusion. Dark reimagining of Pac-Man. Raidou. I've heard this is like Shin Megami Tensei, so could be tempting. Let me go back for a second. Again, the edgy Pac-Man, which is not Pac-Man really. Raidou. If it's like SMT, maybe I should give it a shot. No Sleep for Kaname Date or Date? It's from the same like AI Somnium Files franchise spin-off type thing. Excuse me. You're very gay. Thanks for asking. Or reminding. Right. I basically know nothing about the Somnium Files, so I'm the wrong person to ask about this, but when you're telling me it's basically a mystery game trying to rescue an idol trapped in space, my care for it went from 5% down to about 2. So, if it's a good RPG battler, maybe. But I need more. Coming out this year, though. Reanimal? This is from the Little Nightmares guys, right? Fortnite's on goddamn everything. You could probably play it on a smart toaster at this point. Arcade Archives, too. Motherfucker, like, not an hour ago, we were going over games that are not fully compatible on the Switch. Arcade Archives was, how many, 5, 6 entries? Reanimo looks cool. It does. I'm not crazy about it being mandatory co-op, however, because I've played Little Nightmares by myself. Reanimo, though, I could probably find somebody to drag into it. What are friends for, if not to chloroform for game night? Another Professor Layton, okay. Tamagotchi Plaza, a cozy general communal sim, not really my thing. Human Fall Flat 2, it's another dopey physics platformer. Ew. What? Over how I recruit my allies in co-op games? Or the games, because yeah, I can see that.
Please take a look.
Mandatory co-op isn't my thing, but you guess it could be fun. It depends on the game, like... What are we looking at here? I see the white hair, my gut goes immediately to Devil May Cry, but it's not the vibe here. Not after they bounced back from the Ninja Theory, air quotes, reboot, Dante. Oh, and the anime just came out today, or no, tomorrow's the 3rd. New Devil May Cry anime on Netflix. This feels soulsy.
And transport him to a night of moonlight, to humanity's very dusk.
Is it FromSoft? It is FromSoft. London. Trains? Okay, that's more technological than I would expect. Maybe it's actually set in, air quotes, the real world. Maybe something like 20th century England? No, they got samurai swords. They're about to ban those in the UK. Keir Starmer said so. Ah, very thick lad. Can't wait to use you for defense training. You can fly? That's better than jetpacks in Fallout 4. What the fuck? The gold accents there. Don't tell me it's anything... My brain went to Platinum Games and Babylon's Fall, just for a second. Frog tits, god damn it. Okay, multiplayer. The moon got you back in? Of course. Guns from... That looks like Blade. Elden Ring's on this, so... Bloodborne Elden Ring? Elden Ring Bloodborne? Getting vored by a raptor, okay. Now you're talking my language. Xena Warrior Princess? Or Sun Shang Zhang, if you prefer the Dynasty Warriors. Chakrams? Duskbloods. I feel like this is why Bloodborne was trending earlier today. And the gold ring accents, yeah, they're taking some lessons from Elden Ring. The rat is a little too, shrunken iris. What, you didn't want to get vored by a reptile? I see you talking about the Basilisk eating us.
We'll be publishing a creator's voice article where the game...
There's only like 6 minutes left in this.
We'll share more details about the game, so please check it out when it's available.
April 4th. They got more details in less than 2 days.
We'd like to thank
And they got the treehouse starting tomorrow.
as well as our publishing and development partners who prepared footage for this presentation.
You'd rather never be bored, actually? Alright, well, if you don't want to be eaten alive, we're going to have to put that on a dish best served cold.
Coming to Nintendo Switch 2. We'll showcase more games in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it. Next, please take a look at this.
If you say Bayonetta 3 Enhanced Edition, I am going to stab something. It might be a monitor. You can eat someone in multiple different ways, some of which are even consensual. Yes. Anyways, yeah. Kirby? Okay, so I guess I know what Sakurai's been doing ever since Smash Ultimate wrapped. Who installed Nitro on his star? Bikes, star, hover carts, air ride? Riders. When did his star get car insurance? He's riding uninsured. That's why he's so, pursuant of King Dedede. Yes, Sakurai's on this, obviously. It's coming this year, too. Kirby's not a weak note to close on. I still want to play Forbidden Kingdom.
Over 20 years ago is getting a brand new game.
Or is it Forbidden Kingdom or Forgotten Kingdom?
To Kirby Air Riders.
It's getting a re-release with enhancements on Switch 2, so maybe I'll do that.
Next is our last trailer for today. Please take a look.
Oh, now you got one more thing. Alright. It's gonna be a Mario? Bananas? DK? That's a lot of bananas. And now none. Or just the one big one in the background. I just realized the rock fixture. God damn it. Monkey... It's Donkey Kong. Behold! Seth Rogen's Persona! Forgotten Kingdom, you're pretty sure? Okay. I don't like the design they did for the movie, but, it's been a while since we got DK. And this is a 3D platformer, too. Banjo and Kazooie, bird optional. For everybody that wanted Banjo 3. With some... What the fuck? This is like Red Faction levels of terrain deformation here. I doubt it'll let you get all the way down to the bottom of the map, like Minecraft Bedrock type shit, but that's not nothing. Yeah, it's a very rainbow-infused palette, and the fruits gave it away, so... It's DK, alright. And it sounds like we're just getting grunts and animalistic noises, no Seth Rogenisms from the Mario movie, so... I will take that. They gotta have the one wife who bait ape, god damn it. Bonanza? They even spelled it right, too. No punishment until July. Jesus Christ, this thing's in like 3.5 months.
That was a brand new 3D platforming action game starring Donkey Kong.
It's given Mario Odyssey in a good way. I hear that.
With incredible strength, smash through enemies, walls, ground, and just about
I never would have bet on the terrain deformation. That's probably going to push what we can do with the system.
More details will be shared in the future. We hope you're looking forward to it.
Then again, we do have Switch Minecraft already, so what do I know? Take a bow, wasn't that bad. Nothing to really knock my socks off, but it looks like Switch has games.
Finally, here are the hardware options that will be available at launch. We'll release
Hardware
Nintendo
options?
Switch 2, as well as a bundle that includes
Oh, like a pack-in game. I figured there was going to be like different specs or something. Digital-only game? No, thank you. If I do this at launch, it's going to be just the base console. And Legend ZA doesn't come out until holiday 2025, so I don't even know what I would do with it at launch.
Just a bit longer for launch. We are very much
You're not impressed, but you're not let down? Yeah, it wasn't bad. I saw a lot of hype for it online when I was trying to avoid information, so I don't quite get the level of excitement I was surrounded by. Not bad. The biggest highlight for me would have to be that they remembered Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness still exist. Metroid Prime 4 didn't look bad either, I will say. Guess we'll get more at the Treehouse tomorrow. I'm running off of EST, so 10 a.m. for me. I don't know if I'll be able to do that live, though. I got a Monster Hunter Wilds play. Oh, King Nico. Thank you for following. And for being so active in chat, too. It's much appreciated. Or do you prefer Nico or Niku? I don't know how many O's you want me to pronounce. Oh, that's right. I had one last thing I wanted to share, since they redid the Nintendo Switch parental control videos. Just one is fine? Okay. Nico it is. I just wanted to reshare this one video from the updates on the parental controls. Because the Bowser and Bowser Jr. dynamic, it makes me remember I still have a heart. Look at that fucking hug. Ah. God damn it. So yeah, they redid both of the parental control videos for, well, parents, actually. They're putting it out 2 months ahead of the console itself. So, I guess they want people to get familiarized. How much of the app integration? You love them too? Bowser is dad goals. God damn. And Bowser Jr. just keeps getting more precious with time. What would I say was probably better there? Mario Bowser's Fury. I think Bowser's Fury was exclusive to Switch, so yeah. It just gets better with age. True? I'm glad we were agreed on that. I don't really think there's much point in sharing the full parental controls videos again, but I do want something moving in the background while we keep yapping. I need to go over some of the additional information that's come out since the Direct. I bookmarked some things, but I didn't go digging exactly. Want to keep my reactions genuine. Also, for those of you who want to remember how it is those Joy-Cons attached to the new Switch...
Yeah, bitch! Magnets! Oh!
It's magnetic. I don't know if I agree with that, considering it's going to be however close it is to the storage, but it's also going to be Express Micro SD flash storage, so time will tell. Okay, so question, what's going on with my model? Do you mean, like, just design-wise, or is there something glitched on the overlay? I made it myself. Design-wise, I am a cyberjackal. All my cybernetics, however, unfortunately came from a printer. That's this little face here on my chest. Or, actually, we can hide that for a little bit. Let me just pull up VTube Studio. We can get up close and personal. So, yeah, this unfortunate bastard here has led to some mechanical implementations. The eyes here made out of the clasps on my collar, the paper tray forming the mouth, The collar as well, forming these angry brows. Kind of Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen inspired by Grigori on Damon's chest. He's angry, yep. Have you ever known a happy printer? Name one. That's what I thought. So, the cybernetics come from a printer. The jackal, however, is from the Egyptian motif. You can see here I have the braids, I have the beetle, and the eye from my Oriri dog tag. You have the stripes off of the Nemes for both my ear coverings as well as my hoodie. I can pull up the hood too. So yeah, it looks more retread of a pharaoh. Is the hood gone yet? No, it's on toggle. There we go. Okay. If I want to be more TV antenna than jackal, I can also turn on these rabbit ears that look like guitar necks. Because I obviously have some metal affectations. That's just me being me. And the further down we go down the design, you see I have a legally distinct, not Motorhead belt buckle. I have these tentacles here. They are formed from my wires, CMY, and instead of K for black, I went with white here for the accent pieces, because the design was already sufficiently black heavy, and you need some paper represented in here too, because printer, it can't all be black ink. I can turn off certain levels of detail with the spikes, the metal baubles. Part of me prefers the version with lower detail, but I already took the month and change to make this version with all the bells and whistles. I'm going to use them. Got claws on my steel-toed boots. Some additional rods here, some hooks with the stripes similar to the Nemes. The wolf made out of a lotus pattern for the logos. The knee brace here and the shin guard. These are a shield and some spiked knuckles, respectively, so in case I need any extra weaponry. The asymmetrical belts. And also this knee brace because, well, it's not my knee in particular, but I do need some extra support, IRL. The more realistic, the more authentic, the more fantastical I can make it. Plus asymmetry doesn't hurt either. And this bandolier here, I'm not sure how friendly Twitch is to what I've got packing on that holster, but you can see here, I have some shells that look like printer ink cartridges, but they're also, what would you call that, 440? And a governor handgun with a very large revolving chamber for the ammo. It's more shotgun shell than it is handgun. I like what I like. I also have these ink ejectors on my wrist, along with various ports, as needed. And we move up to the gauntlets. You have the emblems for Impedum, which is... Impedum is... what's it? Defense, as opposed to the heart, which would be attack. Impedum would be an impediment. The colors are giving the asymmetrical aspects are so cool, and the waist is snatched for the gods. Oh yeah, that is not a core set, that is a subterranean set. That is just ripping through all kinds of planetary levels. And it would be even narrower too if I didn't keep my pockets packed. But I have to shove the tentacles somewhere. At least the other ends. Because the fronts are restrained, and I do have these square pyramid baubles. But yeah, I can't just let these things fly freely. And if we can zoom back in on the printer panel here, you can see I have TPS, over, under, load, letter, chat, CMYK, clear jam, and some other things which are just me being snarky from my little bit of an IT background, like contact admin, RTFM. RTFM to the uninitiated, read the fucking manual. PEBCAC, problem exists between chair and computer. Or chair and keyboard, sorry. Sometimes people do PEBCAC with CAC. This one is CAK. If you think you hate the printer hates you back. The printer hates you whether you like it or not. Technology, it's not always the most humane. You love my design, it's so cool, thank you very much. I worked hard on it. I probably spent... I couldn't tell you how long it was in the pre-production phase, but when it came to actually designing the model and the assets here, I spent over a month on it easy. Oh, I have toggles too. I already showed you the hood. And also, all my toggles are interactable, so I can layer them. I can do the ears and the hood, as you see here. I can also change my eye color. These are my angry eyes, though. It's like ink is leaking out. See? CMY spiraling out of control. I can also do a menacing smile if you're a Berserk fan, or a JoJo fan. Why pick one when you can have both? Anger. Nothing pissed me off enough to merit this during the direct, though. I'll count that blessing. And perturbed, for when I can't tell if I should be disturbed or terrified. The situation mandated it a bit earlier. And as I said before, I can mix and match. So, I can change my eye color during the toggles. I can even combine some of them. And the eyes aren't identical between the toggles either. So you have different sizes per different configurations. And as I said before, multiple combinations. I can have the hood up as well as the eye exposure. There we go. My laugh is very nice. Oh yeah. I've been told I have a supervillain / horror movie villain laugh for decades. I'll give myself some mercy there. You don't need to know the exact timetable. Okay, let's see. Where can I shove myself? Bring back the video. Just a little bit smaller. There we go. Nope, breaking off screen. Hang on. Okay, we're safe. Let's see. I'm going to leave that on loop, the video, while I pull up some of the additional information I have bookmarked. So let's just loop that. Make sure we have something nice to look at. We can close that Elden Ring and Breaking Bad tab. Bookmarks. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to start wishing I'd read some of these ahead of time. What do you mean Switch games are going to be 80 soon? I hope that is, like, being... Not even, like, including the upgrades, because we're already having a hard time with $70 MSRP. I'm sorry, I'm very attracted to people, and it's very problematic when I need to go into the world and do things. My voice is so cool, though. Oh, I have to give my dad credit for my voice. Nothing gives you grit like secondhand smoke. I never smoked in my life, but my father was a chimney. Oh. Thank you for the compliments. You're being very generous. Okay, let's see. $80 price point. I need to find some kind of graphic with prices. Virtual game cards are still in the picture for this, so I don't know why they did that first direct about a week ago when they were going to have this one anyway. Oh, specs. Okay, this is good. Size approximately 166 millimeters by 272 millimeters by 13.9 with Joy-Con attached. Maximum thickness from the tip of the control sticks to the protruding parts of the ZLZR is 30.7. Just over 3 centimeters. That's not bad. But the size is not my primary consideration. We've already verified that the screen diagonally has a 1.7 inch increase, which makes it not only bigger than the original Switch, but bigger than the Steam Deck. Oh, shucks, you're just a guy? Well, right now you are my primary contact with the outside world, so you're trapped. Oh, let's see. Weight approximately 401 grams. I need to feel that in my hands. Screen capacity. There you go. I needed to know whether or not it was a touch screen. Okay. 1920 by 1080 resolution, HDR10 support, VRR up to 120 hertz. More would be better. I need to see this thing actually put out those frames. What kind of game can I expect that actually looks like it came out from the last 10 years and runs at 120 FPS? Oh no, whatever shall I do? What's my favorite food? I'm easy. I like spicy stuff. It doesn't have to be a particular food. I will admit I have no sense of taste at this stage. I lost it years before it was a COVID symptom, so I want to say back into 2017, maybe 2018, but I can still feel spice, so the hotter the better. CPU, GPU, we get fuck all information for this one. It's a custom processor made by NVIDIA. Okay, I will have to go into the Switch leaks, I guess. Memory, 256 gigs. That's nothing. If you want to play modern games, that's not even a full copy of Ark Survival Evolved, or whatever it's called. It's definitely not a Call of Duty Warzone, so. It specifically needs micro SD express cards, so that'll require some digging. Oh no, what's happening to me? Darling, I thought you said you didn't like boar. Do you want me to just eat you up? Fair warning, I have fangs, and I bite. Wireless LAN, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth, in TV mode it's also... Yeah, they showed the Ethernet port, okay. Video output, maximum resolution, 4K, 60 FPS. Supports 120 FPS when 1080. It can also do 1440. Okay, so 120 FPS is only if you're at a 1080p resolution. Please note output via HDMI cable in TV mode, in tabletop mode, and handheld mode. Maximum resolution 1080, which matches the screen resolution. So we're not going to see that 4K often, are we? Yeah, wow, okay. Yeah. I wasn't ready. That was my bad. I caught you slipping, huh? Well. If you're gonna slip, be sure to slide yourself someplace comfortable. And I did mention spice, so we can find something warm and accommodating. Time will tell. Audio output supports linear PCM 5.1 channel. Please note output via HDMI cable in TV mode. Surround sound effect can be applied when outputting to headphones or to the built-in speaker. Surround sound effect when outputting to the built-in speaker requires a system update. Why is that just not built into it at launch? Of all the things that don't go gold, basic audio output seems like it should be. Oh my god, I'm gay. Did you know that? I knew that. Wow. I might have noticed that. It was a distinct possibility. Speakers, stereo, nothing fancy. Microphone, monaural, noise cancellation, echo cancellation, auto gain, control, provide a more comfortable voice chat experience. That will require some testing. Buttons, power and volume buttons. Brilliantly descriptive. 2 USB Type-C ports. It's actually better than a PlayStation fucking 5 at that stage. God damn it. It doesn't have a USB-A, so technically fewer ports overall, but what's everything using now? USB-C. What's the EU going to start enforcing on even goddamn Apple? USB-C, unless they go completely portless. I don't know if I trust them on contact charging. You're very good at hiding it. You're not a good liar, though. Audio jack. I can't believe they actually kept it. I was worried they were going extinct. But... oh, that darling fucked me up. Oh my god, you need to take a walk? If you're still walking afterwards, I'm not doing my job right. Game card slots. Cards can be inserted. Very descriptive. Micro SD express card slot. Takes the same refrain from before. Not all micro SD express card standards can be used to copy screenshots and video? How much more specific do you gotta get than micro SD express? Ugh. I see you guffawing in there. Sensors: accelerometer, gyroscope, and mouse sensor located in each Joy-Con 2 controller. Brightness sensor located in console. Okay. Operating environments. Temperature ranges. 5 to 35 degrees Celsius. I'm American, I don't speak that. Humidity 20 to 80%. I live in Jersey, we have all 4 seasons. It's not going to hit either extreme, most likely. Internal battery, lithium ion, max capacity, 5220 mAh. Please note the internal battery cannot be removed. If the battery needs to be replaced, it can be replaced for a fee via Nintendo customer support, so. The embarrassed little bitch in me hates this, but the attention whore in me has to continue engaging. I'll keep batting you back. We'll see what you can do. Battery life, approximately 2 to 6.5 hours. I'm guessing if we're running anything that looks like it came out in the last 10 years, it's going to be 2 hours tops. So, it's an estimate. The battery life will depend on the games you play and the usage conditions. Yeah, okay. Approximately 3 hours to a full charge while the console's in sleep mode. What if I just... I guess you can't just turn it off and plug it in, so that's the way their sleep mode works now. They have different bundles depending on the region, or hang on. Damn it, this page only has the prices in yen. I need to find something in dollars. Oh, this is one thing I did hear about, unfortunately. I need to look at the conversion rates to be specific. You're sorry? Oh my fucking god. You're so unwell. Well, if you're sick of me, you can always bow out, but, Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. What was I saying? Right. I don't have a cure for you, but you can hang out for treatment. You don't wanna? Too bad. Those are your choices. It looks like the Switch is priced differently, not just for the currency conversion rates, but also on a per-region basis, because... Japanese domestic only. Japanese would be the only language setting, okay? But it is priced at an affordable price? Let me run the conversion on the yen here. Hang on. Wow, the yen's doing worse than I thought. 0.0068. Jesus. 499.80. All right. $338. So probably about $350, basically. Excuse you, I'm priceless. Fast hands. Wow. Impulse control. You're not going to find that in abundance with digits that large. You'd think he has sausage hands, but look at that Petty. Or Manny, sorry. Those are his hands. He's not that quick with his feet. There's a reason he is slowed down in Mario Kart and the like. The price doesn't seem that bad in Japanese, but I guess if people are worried about this being region locked, it's more. Why a stripped down version with Japan exclusives? Because it's a Japanese company, you know, I guess. I was talking about me? Oh, pff. You need to be sedated? No. I think there's something else you're hooked on. Okay, so the Japanese version's like $350. That seems... It's basically the price of a Switch 1 OLED. That's not bad, inherently. But I'm guessing it's going to be more like $400 for everywhere else on the planet. $450 English? What the fuck? Okay, yeah, here's the update from the website. A Switch 2 Pro controller is $80 fucking dollars. God damn it. And the Pro controller is just their word for a standard controller layout, like a 360 or a PS4 gamepad. It's not like a Pro like an Xbox One Elite. Just the basic controller is $80. Joy-Con a pair is $90? I only buy my Joy-Cons secondhand, pre-open and shit, because I was... 40 was too much. 90? It's like 30 each if you get them in a pair, but what the fuck? The camera's $50. I'm going to be honest with you, I thought their webcam was going to be the same price as a controller, so it could have been a lot worse. It could have been $30 worse. But still, a $50 camera for a wide-angle lens and maybe some family games? The dock set is 110. What? Set is very misleading here. The dock is the dock itself, a USB-C cable, it looks like double male-ended, and a wall outlet that goes to USB-C. $110 for that? Is that why they crammed a fan in the damn thing? So they could justify hiking the price of a dock? What the fuck? That's going in the notes. Okay, but where's the console itself? I need a price on that. Nintendo Switch 2 launches June 5th at $449.99. Is that USD? Pre-orders go live April 9th. This was not the birthday gift I had in mind, but sure, April 9th. Okay. $450. I understand why people are mad at the Japanese version now, because it's $100 cheaper. What the hell? I don't speak enough Japanese that I could play a region-locked Japanese console, but at the same point, $100 difference? Is Nintendo struggling that much in their home country? $450 fucking dollars. Okay, let's see here. Switch 2 screen 1080p up to 120 FPS, LCD screen with HD support, Joy-Cons magnetic, bigger SL, SR buttons, larger control sticks. So they're not the exact same model as the Joy-Con analog sticks. Hopefully they've got something that's more averse to the drift problems we've had. You keep talking about how expensive you are. You're fucking treat. The console's expensive, though. The Switch is free. Oh. You can be the Switch, then. I'm a bit more rigid in my patterns. Keeps me on top. Mouse controls confirmed for both Joy-Cons. I still don't see a game other than that one wheelchair basketball game that's going to use more than one at a time. Improved speakers, I'll believe that when I hear it. Built-in mic. Hopefully it's not too sensitive, because they were using it in a showcase of it being, like, set up across the room with, like, a TV, a coffee table, and then the user. Works for you, you're lazy anyway? Alright. 3D audio, new stand. I'm not sure if they're talking about the kickstand on the Switch itself, or they're talking about the dock here, because the dock just seems nuts. They throw one fan in it, and suddenly it's over $100. 2 USB-C ports, one top, one bottom. 1/4 of a terabyte of storage. New dock supports 4K, but only under specific conditions. Fan ventilation in dock. Backwards compatible with Switch 1 physical and digital. Okay, there's nothing new here. I've already gone over that list, but just in case you missed the link earlier, I'll copy that into chat again. As I said previously, it's in my notes right here. For all the games that are on that list, all 197 of them, there are 47 games that Nintendo Switch starts up on Switch 2, but includes some in-game compatibility issues. There are 141 games that have startup issues on Switch 2. And there are 9 games that you can theoretically play, but they require Switch 1 Joy-Cons. The only one game that is completely barred from the information we have available thus far would be Labo Kit 4 with the VR headset. So, the Switch 2 is differently sized. It won't fit in that cardboard configuring. If laying down, looking pretty, and being obedient was a job, I'd have money rolling in. Well, you could be a living statue, but that rocks for some people. Sounds hard for others. The exact tech specs, we just went over this. They don't have any info on the GPU. Oh, here is one of those micro SD Express cards that, oh, Jesus. It's a Lexar. I don't even use Lexar micro SD. But if I want to put a terabyte in this thing, it's $200 for a micro SD with Express. And I'm not crazy. That is more than double what a standard micro SD would cost. Express is that big of a bottleneck. Yippee. I'm so looking forward to installing more than a half dozen games at a time. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but like listening? Well, keep going, because I'm going to keep rambling. Something about the red cards. They're the same shape. I don't think they put like a divot in them the way they did with DS and 3DS games. Insert the game key card into system. I need to put this picture on screen right now, because I can't tell if I'm having a stroke or not. Something's wrong with it. I feel like I'm being partially lied to. Not that one. I'm just going to replace the image in that layer. Okay. Right, was I hallucinating? The game itself isn't included on the game keycard, so you'll have to download it before you can play. When you insert the game keycard, further instructions will be displayed on the home menu. Please follow the instructions to download the game. Please note, to download the game, you must have enough free space, yada yada. The amount of free space required is indicated on the game keycard packaging. There's no game on the game cartridge? How? What the fuck is the point of going physical then? It's just an authentication key. It takes up... Why? I don't understand. Why would you not actually have a game on the cartridge if you still have a cartridge slot? Why? It doesn't make sense. So these red cards are basically just authentication keys. That's it. That is the entirety of the function they serve. There's no actual game on here. It's just, you put this thing in here so you don't have to have an online connection to... No, you still need to download it, so... What the fuck do I know? I'll put away the toggle right now, but I'm keeping my angry eyes, because this is something of an annoyance. This has been pissing me off since... I want to say the PS3, definitely the PS4 and the Xbox One generation, however. There was nothing on the Xbox 360 with a mandatory install. PlayStation 3 had some things where it was mandatory, but the vast majority of the library installation was just a matter of performance boosting. The Switch has not had mandatory installations, mandatory updates in some cases, sure. But you don't need to full-on install the game from the cartridge to run it. You definitely did need to do that on the 3DS, the DS, the Wii. Did you need to do it on the Wii U? I don't think so, just updates. The idea that you have to fully install the game and that the disc or cartridge drive is just a formality, that irks me. But at least... but at least we got this far. There was still a game on the disc. I zoom and enhance. You actually fit the whole line on screen. Hang on. The game itself isn't included on the game keycard. what is the point of physical media? I want to own the game in so much as it's physically possible. You tell me now I get a box with just an authentication key? You might as well just have the Switch 1 cases now where it's 90% air. What the actual fuck? You like hearing me annoyed, but it's upsetting? Yeah, I'm upset. Ugh. I could get outraged over something more menial, like my own gameplay inadequacies, but here we are. It is so what is the point of... I guess the cartridge slot there is just for the Switch 1 games, basically, because all Switch 2 games, I don't know if this is all, I don't know if they all have to use the new cartridge, but if all Switch 2 games are on the red cartridge, then it's functionally, for all of its new games, all digital. An all-digital Nintendo console. I mean, yes, we still have the Switch 1 cart for backwards compatibility, but functionally an all-digital Switch 2. Technically, Xbox went there first with the, what do they call it, the Series S, technically. But, it was still an Xbox family with the Series X. You could get an actual disc. And a game came on it. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No. Let me check this source here. There is an additional qualification here with an ESRB rating and a specific mention within that rating panel. Goddamn, I was hoping I just got Babylon Beat or some shit, but this looks real. Game key cards are different from regular game cards because they don't contain the full game data. Instead, the game key card is your key to downloading the full game to your system via the internet. After it's downloaded, you can play the game by inserting the game key card into your system and starting it up like a standard physical game card. So they're not even pretending it's a physical game card. No, they are actually saying the game's not on here. This is your key, your validation. This is us proving of you having the closest thing you can get to a physical game. Here's what the game keycard packaging looks like. It's really ruffling your feathers, your buttons thoroughly pushed. Golly gee, I cannot stress this enough. Willikers! Well, I was wondering when I was going to get to burn through my pog face for a fucking thumbnail to bait this goddamn thing. But I think we're there. Let's see. Is this obvious enough? Hope it is. My apologies if you heard my head hit the desk. I was trying to go straight through it into the floor. Your voice is really nice. Did you know that? 'Cause, you did? Oh. Again, your generosity is noted. I don't know how to repay it. Here I was thinking this was going to be a mid to positive direct, but this shit right here? Why the fuck am I playing console if I'm getting non-physical games only? I have a Steam Deck. It's okay, you're just saying shit? I hear ya. Well, that's upsetting. We can go digging for additional information, though. Oh yeah, this is another reminder that the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, again, is a paid tutorial / instructional thing on the console itself, what makes it unique. Like, PlayStation 5 had Astrobot just packed in for free. The Valve Steam Deck, what's it called? Aperture Desk Job? Free. Just put in for everybody. Sheesh. Let's see, $80 digital game, supposedly $90 for... I need to find pricing on software. And it might be exclusively software now, because, you know, there's nothing hard in the damn package. Ugh. Ain't that the story of my life? Need to pay to upgrade games from Switch, so it's not just a matter of patching for Switch 2 if it's a Switch 1 game. All enhancements are gated for upgrades. We gotta get a price estimate on what that upgrade looks like. Oh, you're gonna give me something that's not upsetting? Alright. The floor is yours. Give me something to really curl my toes. Go on. What's the difference between a well-dressed man on a bicycle and a poorly dressed man on a unicycle? Where he put the second wheel? A tire. There you go. Okay. I'll give you that one. And oh yeah, the region locking because the Japanese get it for $100 cheaper. Yep. That motherfucker. I need to find confirmation on these game prices. Oh my fuck, this is correct. I hate this information. Pokemon Legends ZA will be the first main series Pokemon game entirely playable at 60 FPS since Pokemon Emerald. The only other main series games at 60 FPS are the rest of the Gen 3 games and the Gen 5 games in battle only. Oh. I mean, I knew that for Gen 4. Just try to use close combat on a Blissey. I knew that for the 3DS. Try using a Hoopa during a 5v1. What do you call it? An ambush, whatever. I even knew it for the Switch. Just look at Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet, but... We haven't gotten 60 FPS in a mainline Pokemon game in 20 years. It better perform better than Scarlet and Violet, and I'm not talking about sales, because sales were disappointing on that one. Not because they were too low, because they were too high for the quality of the games. I want Legends ZA to be good. I do. But 60 FPS might not be enough. It doesn't look pretty enough to run that. Well, not slow, but moderately. Oh, here's a screenshot, actually. I was talking earlier about Hogwarts Legacy not looking as good as I remember. So, let me just change out this image. Yeah, that's about what I thought it looked like. It doesn't all come down to the reflections. It's not like I'm an RTX snob. I run a 3060, not a 5090. But at the same point, the Switch version looks more like the PS4/Xbox One nerfed port. It was specifically only launching for PS5 and Xbox Series I'm not really big on Harry Potter anymore, so I didn't follow it. It's just what information I had. Steam Deck looks better. No shit. But, actually, that's not just a freely given, considering we're talking about the Switch 2 being increased to approximately PS4-like hardware. Steam Deck being better was not a given here. That's unfortunate. I'm not big on Harry Potter, so this game in particular doesn't offend me, but I guess for people that were looking for a direct comparison with Steam Deck, here you go. If this one game is any indicator, it's fighting an uphill battle, depending on the optimization specific to the console. Let's see what else, if anything else, we can get. It looks like Bloodborne 2, but due to international copyright laws, it's not. I guess they're talking about, what was it called? Bloodhusk? Hang on. Dusk Bloods. I was correct, I just had... switch to the top and bottom. That's not exactly a recipe for success. Dusk Bloods. It doesn't look terrible, but, I need more. Because we got a lot of Souls-y options. You don't care for Harry Potter either, but meh? Yeah. Let's see. This does not look bad. It has my interest. But I don't know if it has my hype. When did they say it was coming? This year, July? No, 2026. Okay. I got it mixed up with another release. You could bottom from the top with practice. I don't know if that's a... You need to take a lap? Yeah. Power bottom's gotta hit the dirt. What can I tell you? This... Hang on. It's not playing? Oh, I have the goddamn picture still up. Right. Okay. I'll put it back from the beginning. Okay. Duskblood does not look bad to me, but I need more to go off than it's a Soulsborne game on Switch. I like Soulsborne games. I haven't finished all the ones I already have, though, so what's gonna tempt me here? Is it supposed to be Bloodborne 2, but PlayStation just doesn't play nice? I'd believe that. But at that same stage, I don't know why there's a guy in a diving bell that's rocketing across half of London. Why are we getting gored by Velociraptor bobbleheads? That T-Rex was not proportionate. It looked like it was in Meet the Robinsons. It doesn't look bad. I said, it has my interest. If I get a Switch 2, this is probably going to be one of the games that's high up there for me, that I want to try early on. But it's coming next year, and it doesn't narrow the window that much. Doesn't look bad, but I'm not invested in the story along with the gameplay. Yeah, you were saying you were thinking it more of a horror game versus what a Soulsborne game typically is. It has my interest. It is a net positive, but considering the next Souls project coming out of From is Night Rain, and that's basically Fortnite Elden Ring, it's not my vibe. It being From Software is not a guarantee in and of itself. I need more. And I've seen something buzzing around here about it being PvPvE, so how much of it depends on multiplayer is a big factor. I want Bloodborne 2, don't get me wrong. More than anything, I want a Bloodborne 1 update to just give it a stable 60 FPS. That notification was me, not you, sorry. And I'd like it on PC. Sony's putting games on PC right now anyway. Give me Bloodborne on PC with a stable 60 FPS. I'm happy. You don't even have to give it like the degraded remaster price or anything. I would pay full price for that. Ironic considering you can't do horror. I guess so. But talking to horror, people were scaring me with how much hype there was for this. It has my interest. It is a net positive. I want more from this. But, It's not the second coming of Bloodborne. Not yet. I am eager to be proven wrong. How can I put it like that? Can I? Chakrams in the shadow of Big Ben are not enough for me. But this was one of the better games from the conference, if I can say that. The Direct. I'm giving it every shadow of a doubt I can muster. If I'm thinking about a Switch 2, and I am, even though that shit with the fucking game keys, that has me irked. If I'm thinking about a Switch 2, my primary focus for that is going to be Pokemon, followed by Bayonetta. And following that, Metroid. You are what you eat, and despite the fact you've never gotten any, I'm a pussy when it comes to scary shit. Well, it does seem like that cat's been declawed as far as you're concerned, but there's more than one way to skin it. You know, I'll keep this on loop. Gotta have something in the background. Phantom Liberty! God damn it! I knew I was going to remember the name of the expansion for Cyberpunk 2077 when it didn't matter anymore. I just saw a picture of it, not even the name of the DLC in it, just another Cyberpunk picture with all that yellow, like another apology tweet. And I suddenly remembered Phantom Liberty. I'm only, 3 hours late to the remembering? The game cartridge shit makes your skin crawl. I'm right there with you. I need to think on it, but if you are interested in pre-ordering, at least from the Nintendo store, you need to register that interest. I don't have the link for that, unfortunately, but if you do that, you not only need to log in with a valid Nintendo Online account, you need to have had a Nintendo Online paid subscription, so at minimum, the first tier. It doesn't have to be expansion tier or not, so just has to be like minimum paid Nintendo subscription online with a minimum of 50 hours played in games. Doesn't specify they have to be online, just you have to have had 50 hours played in any game on your Switch prior to April 2nd, 2025, today. So I guess that's a way of combating the scalpers. Slow clap. Congratulations, Nintendo. You finally realized the scalpers are after you. It's only been decades. You're continuing the amiibo, but you only just now figured out countermeasures? I'm not even sure if this is going to work. I hope it does. Scalpers are currently ruining Pokemon the TCG, so maybe they can save Pokemon the console system relevant to actually making the future generations happen. Let's see if I can get any other information out of my feed. Already went over the compatibility lists. Power World update? I'll bookmark that. I need to look at that later. More of the Japanese pricing differences. $350 in Japan, $450 in America. The way your mind went straight in the gutter, that slow clap, you better get some hydration in you. God damn, you're thirsty. Oh yeah, voice chat only with a paid subscription as well. Good to know. We already went over that, but I forgot already. Short-term memory? What's that? I need to find something regarding these price points, because I keep seeing people throw around $70 to $90, but I'm not seeing that anywhere exactly, other than comments. Okay, you got your water, you're parched. Good. Because if I have to go digging for MSRP across different currencies, we might be in a dry spell. I can't believe Nintendo's raising the price before 2K is. GTA 6 is theoretically coming out sometime soon, right? Nintendo has not announced prices for other games or the Switch 2 upgrade packs that were revealed as part of the Wednesday Direct. Did put a price on another Switch 2 launch game, Welcome Tour, if only in Japan. So their version of Aperture Desk Job is $10. I'm not even sure if it would be worth it at $5. After showing off the open-world racing game Mario Kart World on Wednesday during the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct Showcase, Nintendo revealed the game will have a $79.99 price tag. That's not just new territory for Nintendo, that's new territory for games, period. Is that the digital version or the I was about to say the digital or physical version, but the physical version's basically not even physical anymore because it's just an authentication key. $80 for the new Mario Kart. God damn. So wait, if that's $80 for the digital version of Mario Kart World Tour, what the fuck is the physical version? They better not charge more for the physical version. There's still price parity now. The only reason we have price parity now between physical and digital versions is because the console manufacturers have been holding Steam's feet to the fucking fire. They can't sell digital-only PC games for less than physical releases because PlayStation and Xbox can't compete. Nintendo wasn't really in the picture now, but if Nintendo sets the precedent, if Nintendo establishes a baseline that digital can be cheaper than physical, that might put a card into Steam's hand worth playing. I don't know if it was worth losing physical games on consoles. We're going to lose that point of comparison if Nintendo's trying to go all digital. But Sony's released a console without a disc drive. Xbox has released a console without a disc drive. Now Nintendo's doing one that basically has the cartridge slot as a formality for backwards compatibility. I don't want the all-digital future. I like being able to hold my games in my hands, even if it has to be installed, even if the disc is a glorified authentication key. If you tell me that, if you take away the illusion, then I don't know if I don't know if I can be entertained by that. The illusion is half the entertainment. The foreplay is relevant to the climax. Let me keep my imagination. Let me pretend I still hold the game and not just a key. Fuckery is afoot. I don't know if I'm game on this. I can't even tell if it's necessarily a benefit or a loss. It's just, it feels wrong. I don't like it. Okay, let's get it from the horse's mouth. Has this page been updated? This is the official Nintendo page, okay. The Mario Kart World Tour, or World Bundle, plus the Switch 2 hardware is $499.99. I guess that saves you $30. Nintendo games already rarely go on sale enough. If they ditch physical entirely, I don't know if I can afford to keep playing Nintendo games. The completely digital future of games is disappointing and disheartening to say the least. At least in Nintendo's case, yeah. Like, I think I only pay for one full price game on PC a year. Maybe two sometimes. If I've accepted that Steam, my PC library, is overwhelmingly digital. If a game offers a special edition with a physical release, I get it. That's what I want. I like holding my game in my hand. Even though Overwatch 1 is dead, I still have my cardboard box for the Origins edition. I still have the fucking CDs for World of Warcraft, and they stopped putting CDs in the collector's editions. I want to say Shadows of Draenor, maybe Mists of Pandaria, or Warlords of Draenor, Mists of Pandaria, yeah. I haven't played WoW seriously since Cataclysm. I tried going back during Draenor and Legion, but that was only because I had one friend that kept nagging me to go with her. Now I don't play WoW anymore. I see no reason. There's a reason I still have a PC on the side with a CD drive. Even if it's not my main rig, I like discs. I like being able to install my games without an internet connection. And that may or may not have to do with the fact that my ISP is absolute dog water. Hot dog water at that. Used hot dog water. I would get better internet connectivity if I was a farmer in rural Romania. I want my physical games. I don't want this realization that the cart is just a key. PS4 and Xbox One, mandatory installs. Didn't matter if you were on disc or digital. Had to install the full game. Never mind updates and such. PS3 was starting us on that stepping stone. But this is new for Nintendo. Nintendo hasn't had mandatory installs for physical games ever that I'm aware of. The only possible exception I can think of would be on the 3DS, and even then we're talking about stuff like Resident Evil Revelations, where because of the print quality that was coming out of those releases, not only did they have to have custom carts, but they printed the title in the box wrong, so it's not Revelations, it's Revelitons. I feel like they did this on purpose in a way. I noticed so many stores that physical copies of Switch games weren't games people were excited about or wanted. I could be more excited about Switch games if they went on sale more often. And I don't trust Nintendo to do that on a digital storefront. It's like, I would probably experiment more with Legend of Zelda as a franchise if the games were cheaper. But it's one of Nintendo's flagships. They don't have to drop the price on that one. So their baked-in audience is safe. New people like me, though, the only Zelda games I play with anything resembling reliability are Hyrule Warriors. Those are just Dynasty Warrior skins, honestly. And I'm okay with that. But you're not going to get a guy like me to do Tears of the Kingdom, Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, or something like that. It's like, oh, you got a new Skyward Sword? I don't care about the changes from the Wii version, the lack of motion control dependencies. I'm not paying, what was it, like $50-$60 for a Wii port? No. They can't take away our physical Switch 1 games, but if I see a red cartridge, what's the fucking point of physical? Like, is this like gonna be like online passes in the early 2010s where it's only good for one account? Is this killing the used game market on Switch? I don't know. It feels wrong. Looking at a quote from Bucky, the PR for Pal World, hang on. You'll say they won't all be 70 and 90 bucks now, but by the end of the year, they'll all be doing it across every platform. The moment one game sells well, the floodgates open. Yeah. I don't know what game they think they're going to get away with it on, but if we're talking like $80 for a Mario Kart... God, the kind of games that they're going to try the price points on. Ubisoft already is trying to fly out the quadruple A label for shit like Skull and Bones. That's already on sale 80-something% off plus. And it's still getting no support, no traction. They're just fulfilling obligations they have to season passes or what else have you. I don't know anybody anywhere that's excited for Skull and Bones. But that was supposed to be their big mark in the industry, setting a new standard above AAA. If you don't think that Mario Kart is going to get away with charging $80 as a Nintendo game on new hardware that is analogous to a PlayStation 4 that released in 2013, what do you think the other members of the industry are going to justify for their modern releases? On things like RTX 50 series cards, on things like a PlayStation 5 Pro, or has Xbox announced a Series Pro yet? I don't think so. If you don't think a game that is designed with a PS5 Pro in mind is going to chase that same price point, saying that they are the same fidelity parallel as a Switch 2 game, I don't know what to tell you. I think this price point is going to keep escalating. I've only bought one game in recent memory that was at this price point. 2 in the last 2 years that I can think of, actually. I got Monster Hunter Wilds this year, and last year I got Dragon's Dogma 2. Both of those were the elevated price point. I didn't get any other games for $70 MSRP. $80 for a new Mario Kart is BS? Yeah. We've had probably a decade of Mario Kart 8 at this point. I think it was on the Wii U and Switch. Gotta be at least a decade then. We've had so much Mario Kart 8, I think that the starvation for a new one is the only way they're going to get away with it. Like I said, I got 2 games at the brand new price point of $70 MSRP in the last 2 years. One a year. And I feel like that price point was only cemented in 2023, maybe earlier. But if it was prior to 2023, I don't think I got any games at that price point. I'm trying to think what it would have even been otherwise. I don't buy a lot of new games. Not when they're new, at least. Elden Ring? No, Elden Ring released at a standard price point because it was still on PS4 and Xbox One. Yeah, if I've only gotten 2 games in recent memory, and recent memory being over 2 years, that are at the new standard MSRP of $70, what the fuck is Nintendo thinking with $80 as an MSRP? And you know, if anything gets away with 80 or above for the base game, you know GTA 6 is going to raise it. You know, it's 2K. It's Grand Theft Auto. They could probably ask for 100 for the base game. They could probably ask 100 base game digital only for GTA 6, and people would still do it. And that's even before getting into GTA Online with the shark cards and all that jazz. They could say, here's a blank price tag, write whatever you want on it, and GTA 6 will still go above what I predict. If GTA launches at a $60 price point, then I will have lost every bet I can conceive of, because there's no fucking way. Goddamn, these price points, The fact that you don't actually have the game on the physical cartridge, it's just a formality for authenticating. I think I might need to chill after this, because that's a lot to take in. Let's find something. You know what, I need... Let me see something happy, please. Let's see, where is it? Here, I think. Give me something happy to look at. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I like Pokemon. I'm probably gonna play Pokemon Legends ZA, but if it still has a Switch 1 version, maybe I stick with that. Oh my fuck, I just realized. Depending on the pricing for the edition upgrades, it might actually make more sense to get Legends ZA on Switch 1 and then upgrade to the digital edition on 2. It all comes down to the price point. Like, if we're talking a physical Switch 1 game costs $60, depending on whether the Switch 2 costs $70 or $80 per game on a case-by-case basis, it's a matter of, is it a $10 upgrade, a $20 upgrade? Are they stealing the same pricing model from Sony and PlayStation? I think the last time I got an upgrade on PlayStation was Ghost of Tsushima, because I already had the game cheap, and I want to try the PS5 version. That was like a $5 or $10 upgrade. It was on sale, mind you. The physical copy shit is really messing with you. It feels weirdly dystopic. Yeah. And Nintendo, of all people, pulling this. If you told me it was Microsoft pulling it, it's like, yeah, they have that new everything is an Xbox campaign. Your phone, your tablet, all that jazz. I could understand them trying to pull this shit. Even Sony, they're dickheads. Never mind PlayStation fucking around. I still think Sony's responsible for Michael Jackson's death. So, I could believe them committing virtually any level of evil. I still enjoy some of their games, though. They still have exclusivity on Bloodborne. Jeez, real? You think that's me pushing the envelope? Okay. Well, I don't think I have the gas in me to push it any further, but yeah, I do genuinely believe that. I felt like if anybody was going to do this, Nintendo was in last place. Well, no, you just weren't expecting me to say it? Well, too late, I said it. It's a lot easier to enjoy the King of Pop's music when you actually believe he's not among the worst people. I still think he was an egotistical asshole. I still don't think he would be fun to have dinner with. He would probably not even be someone that... Never mind the allegations. I wouldn't want to babysit my kid because I think he's an asshole. But he still makes good music. I just don't think he was a pedophile. Yeah, you get it? Okay, you see where I'm coming from. Yeah, Nintendo was honestly in last place for who I thought of the big three would do this. Hell, Sega tried producing hardware again with those classic consoles. Could I have seen them placing ahead of Nintendo on this? Not really. They're not relevant enough anymore. And they still have publishing rights over my favorite franchise, Bayonetta, so... I both love and hate bad-mouthing Sega. It's the same way that Pokemon fans are also the biggest haters of the franchise. We are experts in where to hit the weak points. So, I need to find more information, but I would expect this from anyone else in any other way but Nintendo. Yeah, I figured Microsoft was first to the party with a digital-only console with the Series S. PlayStation was next with the PS5 Slim. But they still give you options. This isn't like a digital-only edition of the Switch 2. This is the Switch 2. The only hardware versions that are out in different SKUs are for different inclusions. Like, oh yeah, are we going to pack in a game? Are we going to pack in the Joy-Cons or the charging cables and shit? This is the one version of the Switch 2. Actually, no. Let me correct. The other version of the Switch 2 is just plain cheaper for Japan, and it's region locked, because it'll only have one system language, Japanese. They take away basic physical game cartridges, but they still leave an option to subsidize their home country. By a difference of $100 on a $450 game console, that's effectively 15-25%. Yeah. Well, that's gonna be shit to think on. It's so fucked. Yeah. Oh, buddy boy. It's fucked. Well, no going back now. So glad April Fool's was canceled because the world is a joke. They did this the day after April Fool's. I don't know. Like when Power World did the extra teaser on their visual novel game, it's like, that was originally announced on April Fool's, so yeah, I get why you reiterated it on April Fool's again. Except no, you activated the wish list on March 31st. So, it was very close. But, joke's on us now. I am just sitting with my head in my hands trying to ponder. Am I interested enough in Legends ZA that I would get a Switch 2 just for theoretical enhancements? I saw something when I was running through the feed that Scarlet and Violet would also be getting performance upgrades to better utilize the new hardware, but I don't think performance is the only problem with those Pokemon games. I'm going to watch a video of a cute dog and I'm going to feel better, but man, this is rough. I should let you go then, because I got nothing else to say. I would have to go digging through additional releases, and it doesn't look like I'm going to find these in English. I'm going to have to get a good Japanese translation to English. So, I hope the reactions were fun. I hope I was able to offer some shred of insight, but that's all she wrote. As I said before, I'm not happy about it. I can make judgment calls as to whether or not I think they're making a good call or bad call here, but I don't like it. Do I have a Discord server? I have one reserved, but it's not active. Let me see if I can pull you a link. Why are you on that monitor? You don't belong here. I'm going to throw this link into chat. That should work to invite you to the server. Oh, hang on. No, that's not working. Why is that not working? You know what? It's not working. I'm not going to drag you into that. So, I have a Discord reserved, but it's not active or anything. So, maybe another time. For now, though, you already followed me. This is the best place to see me streaming. If you want to check my social media, I think I still have X. Yeah, I can pull that link, no problem. Can't believe I made everything myself. I feel like the design was probably the biggest hurdle to overcome. This background, however, I will admit, this background I had commissioned, because I don't know animation head or tails. So there's the link to my X if you want to follow me on social media for notifications, or sporadic rambling that doesn't get spoken aloud. And I think next stream I'm going to be finishing the low-rank story of Monster Hunter Wilds. Hopefully. It feels like it's been going on for goddamn ever. I'm 50 hours into that save. You got me? Okay, thank you. Thank you back. So, I guess now's my time to bow out. But thanks again for hanging out. Hopefully I was able to dispense something resembling insight for the Switch 2. And if I'm talking something like insight, nothing like nothing like Temu Bloodborne, I'm being a little harsh. I just want more information. I'm still positive on it, but sun is setting on Duskbloods, or is it Duskblood? Blood Dusk? Well, hopefully it's a bloody good time, because I could stand more good Soulsborns. I just need it to be less Night Ring and more Elden Ring Classic. So, on that note, I think tonight we're wrapping. This will be our farewell. You had a great time. I'm glad you found your way here too. Thanks for hanging out, being an active chatter. Hopefully we see you again. I'll try not to fluster you so hastily. Gotta spread it out, build the tension. Also, leave you wanting to come back again. Okay, I can keep rambling, but we gotta say goodnight at some point, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and fuck these goddamn red game cards.